Goat Talk's not going to stick around.
Oh, it already has. We good. Right. Oh, it already
Okay.
has.
Everybody ready?
We good.
Oh, yes.
All right. So when we last left our heroes, you guys had made your way back to Broken Heights. Everyone had been preparing for the invasion that you guys knew was coming from the Kuotoa. After all the preparation, the fighting started. You realized that the main attack was coming from the water, and they'd kind of just been hiding underwater, waiting for their siege engines to be there to distract at the front. After a little bit of fighting, you guys fought off the section of Kuotoa that were attacking you, and Captain Granderson and his militia came down to the beach, telling you that the attack was on the front was a feint, and some of the Kuotoa had snuck past and into the city. He said that they would hold there and needed you guys to help clear out the Kuotoa that had made it past. You guys went to the Lovely Lady, saved the people there. Then you went to the Humble Hotel, and you found that Pietro was in fact dead. He had been killed by the Kuotoa. You avenged him and killed the ones that murdered him, and then you moved on. You saw a couple of your crew members fighting to defend the town, or your new crew members, and could have been impressed. Nobody said anything, so who knows if you were impressed by their skills or not. After that, you rushed to help some dwarves who were being attacked. Managed to kill one of them, and then the Kuotoa. But saved the rest of the dwarves. After that, you heard more combat in the direction of the lizard folk camp, and you headed up there, seeing two more of your crew members, the brothers, the lizard folk brothers, just fighting their hearts out against the Kuotoa. And then you saw a robed Kuotoa with a head crown on and a strange-looking staff, and he was leading more of his people to go attack the lizard folk. You guys stepped in, fought this Kuotoa high priest, managed to defeat him and kill him, and as soon as he died, the attack seemed to break, and most of the Kuotoa fled, or started fleeing. Squawky then picked up the crown and put it on, and then he grabbed the staff and is currently just holding it. You guys know as players that both items were cursed. And after that, you guys heard a roar and realized that Captain Grimm is back. And he did a flyover on the beach, spewing his acid breath all over the Kuotoa, melting a ton of them, and he landed and roared again, basically breaking the rest of the Kuotoa attack, and they all fled back into the sea. And that's where we ended last time. So, do you guys go down to the beach?
Yeah. Squawky will. Seeing the captain spew acid breath, Squawky's gonna go, Captain's making soup.
Yes. Some good old fish stew.
I don't know what kind of soup you're eating, Squawky, but I'm not a fan of that.
You never complained about my cooking before?
Please don't.
And then he just kind of winks and trots on down. Does a little bird waddle.
Yeah, a little penguin waddled.
As you head down to the beach, you can see Captain Grimm he's kind of just like standing there, and then when all the Kuotoa like have fled into the water, he kind of just collapses to the ground. And his chest is rising and falling as he breathes pretty heavily. As you begin to approach, you can see he is badly hurt. You can see he's missing a lot of scales across his dragon form. There's open wounds that are seeping blood and pus. His back left leg is hanging at a weird angle and it looks broken. The scales near his hip are gone, and there's a cannonball lodged in his hip. His leg was obviously broken by the cannonball impacting his leg. And so he looks not great. And as you begin to approach, he turns his head and looks at you, and you can see that the left side of his face is badly burned. His left eye socket is empty with charring around it, and with his one good eye, you can actually see he can't hold his surprise, but he's surprised to see you. And he goes, I wasn't expecting to see you guys here. I didn't see the Reaper when I flew over.
Well, a bit of bad news on that, Captain, but we'll get to that later. For now, we need to take care of you. Yoki, you have anything, any spells left to help the captain?
I mean, yeah, I don't think Cure Wounds is going to do a huge amount, but for the sake of it, I would have run. The second I'd seen him, I'd have run over and start trying to cure wounds.
Yeah, Squawky's gonna do the same.
Yeah, just roll
Squawky's
your
got
cure,
two.
however much you want to heal him for. Like if it whatever level that's at. Let me know how many HP you give him back. I'll tell you exactly how much you can heal his wounds. 6 from Yoki, 10 from Squawky, 16. It's not a lot. You can see some of his wounds begin to close. But
I mean, Squawky's still got one spell slot remaining, so he'll use all of them.
I'm spent.
I will go find what's her name from the lovely lady.
That was what I was trying to figure out.
Okay.
Yeah,
4 more
Pictures,
healing
go
from the
find
second
what's
one.
her name.
Go find what's her name. You turn to go find what's her name, and you see that she's actually walking down to the beach. And you know, she walks up to Captain Grimm, and he leans down and she places her forehead against his head. Her eyes, while closed, you can see tears dripping from the corners, and then a brilliant, bright white light peeks from around her closed eyes as she channels her divine magic, and the wounds upon him begin to close. All the cuts and like the bleeding stops and closes. The cannonball pops out from where it was lodged into his hip, and the bone mends itself back together. His scales don't grow back, but his wounds have closed. And he lets out a sigh of relief, and then he begins to shrink down to the size that he was usually at when he was sitting upon the shoulder of his avatar on board the ship. And he kind of flits up and perches on Lady Evelyn's shoulder.
Give him a salute. Say, welcome back, Captain. Unfortunately, the Reaper was sunk by a Kraken attack, along with most of her crew.
He hangs his head and looks very sad. All hands lost.
You're looking at most of what made it. Us and Blue.
And Victoria.
Victoria. Which, while we're on this train of bad news, Captain, you might check in on her. I don't think she's doing so well.
Well, we lost a lot of close friends if they all perished. Can I ask what happened?
Yeah, we had a Kraken attack, managed to fight it off with no casualties, but it came back and tore the ship apart.
Kraken? Well, the sea is a dangerous place. We will talk But for now, I must go home and rest. Please assist the city however you can from this assault, and then come see me in the next couple of days.
Aye, Captain.
Aye,
got-
Captain.
Aye, sir.
And Lady Evelyn walks off, and he just rides on her shoulder. Captain Granderson comes over and he goes, "Oh, well, that was a hell of a fight. Thanks for your efforts." He's covered in blood and fish guts. Like, he was in the thick of the fight.
Glad to see you're still here, Captain Gunderson.
Granderson?
I have Gunderson written down. Oops.
Gunderson, Granderson, Anderson. We're just gonna give him like 30 different names.
He's like,
Hey.
he holds his hand out to shake each of your hands. Do each of you
Yeah.
take?
I'll shake
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I'm just worried you're gonna make me do an ability check, and I'm gonna get my nose broken again.
He slaps
No,
you
it's
around the
just a
head.
hand.
Okay, yes, I shake his hand.
Squawky in his little dumb stupor from his new hat. He's just gonna kind of hold on to his hand a little extra after the handshake. Just kind of hold it, forget to let go.
Okay. Yoki?
Yeah, just firm handshake.
And he goes, "All right. If you head to the fort in the next couple days, you can pick up your payment for fighting for the town."
Excellent. Are there any pockets of resistance left? Or...
I don't believe so. I've got my teams sweeping the city, but most of them broke and ran when Captain Grimm came back. Some of them were already running back onto the beach when he showed up, so I'm not sure what happened.
So would the townsfolk know that Captain Grimm is also a dragon? Would they know?
They would not know.
Okay, so to their eyes,
Granderson knew.
oh, he specifically knows. So to everybody
Yeah.
else's eyes, a massive dragon just came past.
Yep. And then just as quickly became a tiny dragon that most of them can't see anymore, and then disappeared.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I didn't know if I just to take it for granted that he specifically knew, or if everybody here knew.
No, very very few people knew, because you guys didn't even know, and you were members of the crew.
Yeah.
Like Victoria knew, the governor knew, Captain Granderson because he's the captain of the militia. It's about it. I mean, there's very. I mean, Lady Evelyn knew.
I think the Kuatoa started routing when we slew their leader, I guess, just a short ways up there, Captain.
There was a leader. Can you show him to me?
Sure. And I'll start heading up there, and on the way up, let's mention that I think Captain Grimm's return really sealed the deal, though.
Wait, didn't I burn him from the ground up? I remember you saying that the robes were cursed too, but because I burned him from the ground up, there's no robes left.
No, the robes weren't cursed, but I think I don't remember
I
what
remember
I said, but
what Kim said. I think you said that they were burnt up anyway. They got burnt, so he couldn't have put them on even if they were cursed.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's anything left to show him.
Bones and ash?
I mean,
We can
you
still
show
him the
you can
spot.
show him a pile, and like Squawky can be like, "This was his staff. This was his crown."
Okay, well we'll take him to the battle site and see if maybe he's a dragon. I'm sure he's got other senses that we don't, that he might be able to suss something out.
Yoki's going to turn off his lantern because obviously I had that on to check whether it worked. I know we knew he was there, but out of curiosity turned it on, so I'm going to turn it off so I don't waste.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
Once he got close enough to Captain Grimm, it was like, "Hey, there's a dragon over there."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a magical item that he made. It's just he just hadn't used it yet. So Does this work? Oh, hey, look, there's a dragon nearby.
I made it. I got to check it works. There's no sure way of checking it works than when you know there's a dragon there.
Right. Okay, yeah, you follow him, or he follows you, and you guys show him the burnt corpse, and then all the other non-burnt Kuotoa that are scattered around. The lizard folk are like walking around, and you can see I already forgot.
Sylar and Salazar.
Salazar's never mind. So Salazar's the ones that was on the ground. And he's just got his big cleaver blade, and he's walking up, and there's like a couple Kuotoa that are like twitching and like not dead yet, and he just goes up and chops their heads off. Sylar's just kind of following him around, like with his bow on his back, just kind of like just being there. But you basically see the like battle carnage, and you show him the burnt corpse, and he's like, "Well, I'm not going to get much information from that."
Well, Squawky looted the crown off of him. I don't know if it'll tell me anything.
Can I see that, Squawky?
Yeah, Squawky will hand it to him.
You can't take it off.
Oh no! Can
Well,
someone else take it off?
Too.
You doing all right, Squawky? It's okay. You can hand him the crown.
Won't come off.
Can I take it off? So I'm going to try to help him take it off.
You can try to take it off.
Okay.
It doesn't come off.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was a willpower thing or not. So
could I ritual cast Identify on the crown?
Yeah, sure.
I was coming to a Squawky. It's like, if you'll give me, how long does it take to ritual cast?
10 minutes.
Give me 10 minutes. I can tell you what this is.
Yeah, Squawky.
Possibly tell you what this is.
Wait.
I sit down next to it and ritual cast Identify on the crown.
Okay. It's a cursed crown.
That's it. That's all I get.
You know that whoever puts it on can not remove it without a remove curse or greater restoration. I don't think lesser restoration works on curses. And it drains his stats by 1. Like, you would just know, like, the wording would be, it makes you weaker. Because it would, when you obviously you as the player know it reduces all of his stats by 1. But the Yoki, the character, would be like, it makes you weaker.
Yeah. So yeah, I just relay that information.
Negatives, God damn it.
That's a problem.
I don't think we'll be able to get this off him without magical intervention.
Good going, Squawky.
It was pretty bad.
Can he let go of the staff?
He can, but he doesn't want to.
I'm going to ask Squawky, can I have a look at your staff?
He'll hold it up, but he won't open his hand.
It's basically the ring of power for Gollum.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to do Identify.
That's what it is to Squawky. Squawky's like, sure, you can look at it, but you can't hold it. It's mine, my own, my precious, like, type of thing.
You look with your eyes, not with your hands.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's very protective of it, and he doesn't know why. Obviously,
Okay, if I was to identify, because I have to touch it, would it start to affect me? Would I want it? I'm gonna try and identify anyway. So can I just look at that?
You identified the cursed crown by touching it, but you didn't put it on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but would the staff have the same thing? Because I have to touch it to hold it. Would it?
I don't know.
Did you just like poke it with your screwdriver?
Yes.
Can I
touch
do
it
a
with a stick.
persuasion check and try to convince him to let us look at it? Hold
to
it?
convince Squawky?
Yes.
Sure.
Over the cursed. Okay.
Roll a persuasion check.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
I mean, Squawky, how do you respond to Catrus being like, "Hey, let us look at it"?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's that he's got. You can look. but he's not gonna let go of it.
God damn it. That's the highest one I've got too, and I still didn't do great.
You rolled a 2.
I did.
Don't worry, Squawky. We'll look at that later.
So you don't identify the staff.
I'm not going to identify the stick. I like to think I've got high enough intelligence to realize that there might be something there if he's so reluctant to let go.
Okay.
Touching the staff is probably a bad idea.
Yeah. Based on how you've acted. I'm gonna keep a keen eye on Squawky though. Whatever we do, I'm gonna keep him close.
So this curse, does Yoki know? Does it constantly drain, make him weaker, or is it just kind of a one-time debuff?
It's while he's got his on, all of his stats are drained by 1. It doesn't keep draining.
Okay, okay, that's what I. Okay, thank you.
All right. Captain Granderson thanks you guys. He's like, hey, thanks. He's like, so there was a curse crown and a staff. He's like, all right. I mean, that explains why when he fell, the Kuatoa broke. Maybe he had them under his control or something. I don't know, but we'll look into it. We'll talk to some of our smarter wizard types. And he's like, but as it is, thanks. I'll come talk to you guys sometime in the future if I need your help again.
Thank you, Captain.
Are there any fires around town that might need to be put out?
No. Strange. I mean, the Kuatoa don't really use fire.
Oh, but the Humble Hotel that burned, my fireball burned out on its own, right? If I recall correctly.
Yeah, because the Humble Hotel is made with stone walls and stone floors, so it burned a couple pieces of furniture, but there was no fuel for it to keep going.
Okay, good. Okay, just making sure.
So you guys get a week of downtime. So you guys can decide what you want to do for your week of downtime, however you want to spend it. During this week, sometime you can head to the governor's fort and get your stipend. And at some point during the week, you guys can go talk to Captain Grimm. But other than that, let me know what you guys want to do.
Hey, Squawky,
Squawky wants to get paid and then try and figure out what the staff does.
Squawky, if you think really hard, do you think you could bring the Kuatoa back in formation? Like, summon them back to the beach?
I mean, he will...
Oh, Jack, come on, man.
He'll screw around with the staff to try and figure out what it does, but he's probably not going to do that in city limits.
Yes, probably for the best.
Okay, so you go to each one of you goes to the fort. Did I write down how much they were going to pay people? I can't remember.
Oh.
Did I tell
remember.
you guys?
I think you did, but I didn't write it down.
Yeah,
I think it was going to be 100 gold per person. I think. I don't have it written down on my notes. So 100 gold per person.
I will collect mine. That's going to be the first thing I do, and then I'm going to go gambling again.
I'm also going to go gambling again.
Bunch of degenerates over here gambling your monies away. Let me add Blood's money real quick before I forget to give it to him. Okay. So, gambling. All right. So, how much are you wanting to bet? Well, we'll start with Catrus first.
I'm gonna do the high stakes 50 GP.
High stakes gambling?
Yeah, I think gambling has downtime activity rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you high staking?
Well, so last time we did the dice game, and then the guy, and I was doing like maybe 1 or 2 gold pieces here and there, and then the guy said, "Well, here's some high stakes, but it's 50."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You go to where you know the good gambling is.
Yes.
So okay, yeah. Sorry, I forgot that that's how I was like. There's no high stakes on this downtime activity page. I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, you basically yes. So how much did you wanna bet for your gambling? Because you can do anywhere from 10 to 1,000.
Oh, let's just do 50, 50.
Okay, 50. I need you to roll a insight check, a deception check, and an intimidation check.
I'm not very deceptive. Oh, Jeebus.
Okay, so I need to roll against you / roll 2d10 plus 5. So for her insight check, needed to beat a 10, so you did. That's one success. You need to beat a 11 with the deception. You did not. And you need to beat a 16 with the intimidation. You did not. So that's one success. You lose half the money that you bet. So you lose 25 gold.
Okay.
And I need you to roll a d100. And since this is the second week that you've gambled, you got to roll above a 20 to not accrue a complication.
Okay. Whew.
You're good. No complications yet. And since we're already here, Jack, you said you wanted to bet.
Yes.
Do some gambling.
And I'm going to gamble with 200 gold.
200 gold. Got it. All right. Go ahead and roll me insight, deception, and intimidation.
Insight. So good at.
Well, ooh, that's probably a success.
This. Deception. And
11's okay. Intimidation. So if you tie, you succeed on these. Just so we have that out there. So here's your insight. You had to beat a 15. Your deception. You had to beat a 9. That's 2 successes. And a 15. Ooh, so that's 3 successes.
Nice.
So you double the amount that you bet. So you gain 400 gold.
Ooh.
So you bet 200 and you double the amount you bet. So you get 400 more.
Okay, so I get the 200.
You get the 200 back and 400 additional.
400 additional.
Yes. The 3 successes it's very, very lucrative because if you get 2 successes, you gain the amount you bet plus half more. So you gain like 100 gold.
And
but
now
the 3 successes
find out if I did not get in trouble.
You did not. Absolutely not. With a 99, you were fine. So yeah, you guys, I mean, we'll say you guys were at the same table and Catrus, you guys were betting. Catrus's hands were going badly. He's like, damn. And then like he ends up losing gold to Jack. And Jack's like just rolling in it, and he's like, he's betting, he's doing his thing. He takes these chumps for all their money, and he's like, peace out, gentlemen. And they're kind of upset, but no complications. They didn't think you were cheating or anything. They think you're pretty above board.
Definitely cheating.
And what did I just click on? Okay, an ad apparently.
Oh no.
All right. So, after the 2 gambling, Yoki, what did you want to do for your week of death?
So, quickly, if I was to, we said it would take a week to get a magic flintlock from Marivel.
You were talking to the enchanter?
Yeah, I remember saying it would be a week. Could I enhance a weapon that was already enhanced with my ability? Because obviously my enhanced one broke, technically.
Like what do you...
So whatever he gives me, say he gives me a +1 pistol, I can then enhance an item as an artificer ability. Could I enhance that already enhanced weapon? Or is that...
No, they would not stack.
Okay, I will go and buy a new flintlock and then do the things necessary to get it back to what I had before. Do my artificer, but basically, essentially, make my flintlock back to what it was.
I don't think that's not necessarily going to count as your week of downtime, so you can do something else.
Okay.
Pretty sure because you're an artificer, that just kind of counts as
Then
something you can do.
can that count as relaxation? I just do relaxation.
You just want to do relaxation, sure.
But have all that do so I can just not have to say it next time we do a long rest.
Yeah. You can. Oh. I don't think you get any benefits from relaxation. Because you don't have any negative effects on you. But, you can write that you did relax. I mean, there's no complications for relaxing over and over again, so.
Gets thrown in jail for just chilling.
You get too relaxed, and you get to the point where like you nap, but you nap a little bit too much, and you feel worse.
Okay, and Squawky wanted to get paid, and
how much is how much is a flintlock?
So
I can knock that off my
gold. 250 gold.
Is it? And then I can recover the one that I let.
I will eventually give it back to you. Yeah.
Okay. And this might be outside the scope of the week downtime, but I want to take my earnings and commission some +1 studded leather.
Okay. Did I say how much that was?
I don't think you have.
Okay.
I think +1 is uncommon. So it's like 4 to 600
500 gold.
500 gold?
500
okay.
gold.
I have 500 gold.
Okay. You can in theory downtime activity make your own magic items. But if you wanted to pay the enchanter to do it, you can do that too.
I'll just pay.
It's the same amount of money. Like, so you gambled and made gold, and then you can have the enchanter do your enchanting for you.
I'll have the enchanter do the enchanting to try and speed things up.
You have +1 studded leather now.
Woohoo!
We'll say make it 600 gold if you have it, because the 500 is the enchanting cost, and then an extra 100 gold for the work they did.
Okay.
Of course you have it. You bet 200 gold and got 400 back.
Yeah.
All right. And Squawky wanted to get his money and then try to find out about the staff.
Yeah, I wanted to figure out about the staff and then see if anyone can get the damn crown off his head.
Okay.
Because he's not attached to the crown; it's just the staff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then he doesn't give a shit about
the crown. You cannot physically take the crown off, but you don't care if it goes away or not.
Okay, yeah. I guess he'll start with the lady at the Lovely Lady, since she's some kind of healer lady. See if she knows.
She's not there.
Squawky will ask someone who is there.
She back at Grimm's house fucking.
Well, probably not.
Is anybody there?
Yeah. The regular staff is there.
Yeah, I would ask them where she's at and if they know if she can remove curses.
So we'll say that you talk to Carlos, the barkeep, the grape lover, and he's like, she's with Captain Grimm.
At his house?
I believe so, yes. And as far as removing curses, I have no idea.
Shit. Oh wait, there's an enchanter in town. Maybe he knows.
Guess whose turn it is to walk all over town this time?
Yep, Squawky's gonna go around and see if he can't find somebody. He's gonna go to the enchanter next.
Okay.
Since he's in town, he's like, she's probably busy with Captain Grimm, I will let them do whatever it is they do, dragon style or whatever. And then yeah, he'll go to the enchanter and be like, "Hey, can you remove this crown? I can't."
She goes, oh, I'm sorry, dearie. That's outside my purview.
He's gonna cuss some more and ask if she knows of anyone who can do such a thing.
I don't really know any clerical types here.
I wonder if somebody from those mage priest things that we got the Red Bull from would know.
Only their kids are here, though, aren't they? Only the young ones are.
Oh, is
I
she
thought-
able to identify an item?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
He's gonna ask how much that'll cost, and yeah,
Well, let's say 100 gold.
yeah, he'll see if she can identify the staff. He's not gonna let it go, but he'll see if she can identify it.
Okay. I mean, she like rubs her hands together, and she starts to go towards it, and then like pulls her hands back, and she goes, "Are you all right, dearie?"
She goes, "Yeah." Yeah, Squawky's just kind of, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Like, cause like when her hands get close, like you don't even realize you're doing it, but like your face starts to get like angry, and you know you've got a beak, so you can't exactly snarl, but like you just
Making angry bird noises without even
yeah,
realizing it.
right. She starts to get close again, and you do the same thing, and she just is like, I I'm pretty sure this item is cursed, dearie.
Squawky nods and goes, "I know that much."
I'm scared you're gonna do something to me.
He will take off all of his weapons and just kind of set them somewhere on the counter out of arm's reach and just kind of like walk away from them.
Okay. Is Cyanrath with you?
Yeah, he'd probably be either with me or outside.
Okay.
He's a guard dog. The second she
Yeah,
touches him, he's gonna
basically,
go for her.
he senses that he senses your anger every time her hands start to get close, and like so he starts growling, and she's like, I think I'm just gonna give you your money back, dearie.
Smart
God damn it.
woman.
One by one, we're killing off of all of the vendors in this town.
It's great. He'll hand her 5 silver for her time.
Okay.
And then he's gonna. We brought those refugees from that place, so he'll try and find them and see if any of them know anything about it.
Okay. As this like week is happening, when you go to sleep at night, you have nightmares, and it's the same nightmare every night. You're swimming, and you're underwater, and you're trying to get to the surface, and every time you get close, large fish-like hands grab you and hold you under, and like you can see through like the haze of the water as you're trying to scramble and get out of the water, a massive form, and it's kind of hazy, but it looks vaguely Kuatoa shaped, but it's holding you underwater, and then you drown, and then you wake up. Who's posting things?
Oh, just the fear of drowning is that's horrible.
Yeah, and like you wake up and you're like, oh shit, whew, what was that? And every time you go back to sleep, same dream, same nightmare, swimming towards the surface, being held down.
Do I ever figure out what the staff does?
I mean, we're this is happening during the week of downtime.
Okay.
So we'll say the first day you went around talking to people, didn't find anybody. You had the nightmare. Now you're going to go see the, the Eternal Whispers children. But you just like, whew, you wake up and you're like, man, I'm tired.
This is how Squawky dies. He dies of exhaustion because he can't sleep.
And you find oh boy, I wrote her name down somewhere. I'm really bad at remembering people's names.
Classic so
Kaliani.
and so.
Kaliani is the priestess who.
Kaliana, yeah. And she's like, "Hi, Squawky." When you find them, they're just like in a home, waiting. Like, we were about to head out, going back to the Everfont.
Squawky's gonna go, are you guys any good at removing curses? I can't get this damn crown off my head.
Oh, I don't know that spell, but maybe my mom does.
He will say that he will go with them, but he's gonna let his crewmates know where he's going first.
Okay.
So he'll find somebody and let them know that, hey, I'm gonna go try and get this damned crown removed.
Okay. Yeah, you make it. It's about a day's travel to the Everfont, so it's getting close to dusk of the second day of your downtime week when you get there. And Priestess Laris is there. Like they had sent other members of the Eternal Whispers to escort the children back. They didn't just send them through the jungle. And they were fine. They were never attacked by the Kuo-toa. It's almost like they didn't even know that they were there. And she goes, "Oh, hello. Can I help you? My daughter says you have a need of a curse removal."
I can't get this crown off my head.
He's like,
I don't know what the staff does either, but I'm still working on that. I just want the crown off my head.
"Okay, well, let me take a look." And she like places her hands on it and she concentrates. And she goes, I can't remove it.
Caterers couldn't remove it either.
It's resisting my magic."
Fuck. Well, shit. Do you know what this staff does?
Same situation. She's like, "Oh, I probably could," like, and then like your dog starts growling, you start growling, like, and she's just like, "Are you okay?" She tries to like identify, and every time she gets close, you're just like, no, touchy, no, stop, no. And Cyan Wrath is like, she's just like a couple, like so much so that a couple of the actual guards that are standing guard, they like draw their weapons and start like moving up to flank the priestess because like you're so like aggressive towards when she starts to get close.
Damn. Oh, shit.
She's like, nope. We're gonna. She's like, I can do this, but we're gonna take some measures.
Squawky will agree.
Okay, so they basically tie your ass up, and they tie Cyan Wrath outside to a tree, so that he and it's not with like regular rope. They like chain his ass because obviously he could probably just burn right through it, and then come running inside.
Strong.
And Squawky, they just tie you up. They tie like you won't let go of the staff, so they just tie your hands in front. They tie your legs. They literally tie your beak shut, so no freaking biting. And like
no.
she starts to get close, and
fighting's fun.
you just struggle and like tense and like you're not very strong, but like the. I swear, you people like to interrupt me. Oh, okay. Like your muscles are tensed, but you're not very strong, and like the ropes begin to bulge, and the two guards, they have their blades out, and they're just like standing there ready in case anything insane happens. And she finally gets her hands on the staff, and like you try to jerk it away, but like they're holding you in place, they're holding you down by the shoulders. And for a kind of a smaller, medium-sized creature, you're just like absolutely losing your mind. And she, finally gets the staff and casts Identify, and then lets go. And she's just like, and as soon as she lets go and backs away, you're just like, huh. You, like, basically go back to normal. And she goes, well, that explains that. She's like, this staff is definitely cursed, Squawky.
Shit.
The curse is not something that I'm familiar with.
Squawky will say, is there anything else you know about this thing? Other than I really have an issue with people touching it?
It's... I could feel something pushing against me when I was trying to identify it. I don't know what.
Damn.
She see a large tower with an eye atop it.
No.
Yeah, Squawky will go, well, what do you think I should do?
Find someone stronger than me to try to remove it.
I've got one idea, maybe. Oh shit! All right, I'll try the only other person I can think of.
Okay, it's
He'll
pretty late in the
her
night.
time
Do you try to head home, or are you gonna stay there for the evening?
he'll stay here and then head home in the morning.
Okay.
Just so he's not wandering around in the dark.
Yeah. Same thing. You go to sleep, and you have the same recurring nightmare. Every time you wake up, you try to go back to sleep. Same nightmare. Every time it wakes you up, and you wake up in the morning. Oh, just pooped. 2 nights of not solid sleep. You suffer a point of exhaustion.
Got it. Yeah, then
And
he'll
you-
just make his way back to town the next day.
Yeah, you travel through the jungle. No issues. Nothing's
He'll try
moved
and
back in
use the
since you
staff as he goes through the jungle. Just like, meh.
trying to do what?
Just make it do things.
Like
He doesn't
what
really
exactly?
know how. He'll try casting from it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it works as a spellcaster focus.
Okay, and then then he'll try maybe summoning something with it. He doesn't have any actual summoning spells, but he'll try.
Okay, like you're just trying to summon like Kuotoa with it.
Anything.
Okay. No, nothing shows up. Unless you actually had a summon spell.
No, I don't have any summoning spells yet. But as soon as I do, holy shit, am I going to litter the battlefield? Isn't it fun when people litter the battlefield with 8 wolves, Marcus?
It's the best.
Yeah, you make it back to town. Again, takes you about your full day to get home.
Yes, it takes the full day. He'll just he'll just head back to the house and then go to bed since it's pretty late in the evening. And he's fucking tired as hell.
Yeah. Third night, same thing. You wake up in the morning, still just beat all to hell, but you do not get rid of that point of exhaustion.
Do I
You do not gain
another
another one. No,
Oh,
not
no.
yet.
Yeah, after that, he'd probably go to Captain Grimm's house, see if he can find that lady.
Okay. You guys want to like just do it all at the same time since you needed to go talk to him anyway?
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah. I mean, he would let everyone know what he's doing. Because Spocky's not an idiot.
And
He's
like
not going to just go off on his own.
all of your team, all your crew, they just like if like you see the bags under his eyes, and like he's like leaning heavily on this staff as he like walks around, and like you can just tell that he's just beat, like just like his you can't really he's got feathers, but you can tell like he looks ill and tired and just he's having a rough week.
You doing all right, Squawky? Your feathers look a little frizzled.
Fucking
And
fish won't let me sleep.
fish?
Can you do you go sleep with the staff? Do you just hold on to it while you sleep, or do you put it down?
Why would I put it down? It's beautiful. Can't you see?
Can't be comfortable to sleep with it.
Could be worse.
Out of curiosity, how much does the staff weigh?
Basically like a standard staff, I think is like 3 pounds. 3 to 5 pounds. I'm not sure. Let me look what a standard bow staff weighs. 4 pounds.
Since I am a sorcerer and I was born in the Elven Republic, would I know anything at all? Would I have ever heard anything about a curse that was like this?
Make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Nah, this sounds sort of familiar, but not really.
Okay.
You've heard of curses where people won't put the item down.
But the nightmares thing, it's not distinctive enough for me to recognize that it's
No.
Okay.
And you're walking to Captain Grimm's house, and like Squawky, you're just like you're feeling tired. You see something out of your peripheral. You see a form, a large form. And you turn and look. There's nothing there.
Squawky's going crazy.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and catapult it out of his hand. I'm assuming it's not gonna work.
Okay. Go ahead and link the spell, I guess.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Oh, catapult. I thought you said cat's paw. I was like, wow.
I also
Catapult.
heard cat's paw.
Catapult.
Me
It's my British accent in it. Catapult.
It can't be worn or carried.
Ah, fuck.
First sentence.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
Yeah.
See,
Nope.
that's
far
why
as weight.
that's why you make a bunch of like flasks of acid and alchemist fire and just use catapult on those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
So if we, oh no, because it casts spells. Never mind. I was gonna say, what if we got into a battle and he had to put it down so he could fire his boom
His
shot?
bow? He would not.
Or- Yeah,
He'd just pull out one of his pistols.
Yep.
yeah. Shoot.
Or
Okay,
his
never
sword.
mind.
Or his S word.
Boomstick, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember what it was called.
Yes,
His
that
rifle?
yeah.
He would just not use it. Or
I
his
see.
bow. That's how curses work. But
It's great. Yay for being cursed.
yay!
I remember
Yeah,
I
you
cursed
walk up.
Marcus once. It was great.
You walk up to Captain Grimm's house of your group, and like you guys see that Squawky's being twitchy. Like he keeps like looking quickly to the side, and then going back. 5 minutes later, and it's both ways. He keeps seeing out something out of his peripheral, something big, something fish-shaped, something that reminds him of what's been holding him under the water in his nightmares, and he's like getting twitchy.
You all right, Squawky?
Fine.
You look like you're looking around for something, but I
Fine.
mean,
Insight check.
there's nothing there. I can guarantee that.
Squawky's totally fine.
Everything's fine. Do you want to roll an insight against his deception?
I mean, I was just gonna look around to see if I could see what he's seeing.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Squawky has disadvantage on
Believe
that.
him or not, I don't see anything. But are you okay? Yeah, all right. If you're sure.
So that'd be the 13. I have disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, because you have 1 point of exhaustion. Okay. Yeah. You make it to his house. Large, beautiful house. You've been inside before, but not you guys personally since you started playing the characters.
I didn't hear you that.
I'll knock on the door.
Okay.
No, I want to knock on the door.
You knock on the knocker, and the door just
Playing with
There's no one
Captain
there.
Grimm's knocker.
Head in.
Okay. Yeah, you guys head in.
Gonna go in last behind Squawky again, keeping an eye on him.
Okay. You don't see anybody immediately, and you're just like, okay. Well, we know you guys know where Captain Grimm's room is, and you know this house is fairly magical. Obviously the door opened, so somebody let you in, but you don't immediately see anybody.
That's odd.
You're kind of used to this. Like he doesn't have anybody that lives in his house with him.
Okay, you said that our characters have been here before?
Yeah. Your characters have been here before, just not you guys yet.
Okay.
So now it makes sense why the captain always lived alone, because he was a dragon all along.
But starting to add up. Still an unnerving front door, though. You think he could have an automaton or something to say hello?
What if it was a ghost? Would ghost open the door?
An unseen servant.
So I'm assuming we would know where like his study is, or wherever it was we used to meet him when we had to come here. Okay,
Yep.
I'd like to check out that room.
Okay, there's nobody in the study, but you also know where his room is.
I guess
Okay.
we're
That is
heading
free.
towards his room. Like, Captain Graham, are you here?
Yes, I'm upstairs.
Perfect. Up the stairs.
Okay, yeah, you guys head into his room, and you've been in this room before. It's not, and now you guys looking back at it, you're like, duh, he's a dragon. There's just piles of gold and treasure surrounding his bed. Just all like it's like think of like Scrooge McDuck's like vault but in the middle there's a bed, and there's just gold coins, gold cups, jewels, all sorts of treasure, expensive paintings, like just hundreds of thousands of gold worth of stuff that he's obviously collected over his hundreds of years of life. And like he's still in his small form, lying on the edge of the bed, and Lady Evelyn is also just sitting there.
As I walk in, Jack's gonna be muttering under his breath, "Must not steal from the captain. Must not steal from the captain. Must not steal."
And it clicks. You guys are like, fucking dragon. Of course, he just surrounds himself with his treasure. Jeez, how did we not realize this before now? The signs were there, but nobody added it up. He's like, gentlemen.
Hello, Captain. We're not interrupting anything, are we?
No, I'm just resting, and Lady Evelyn is keeping me company. And you can see, like, even though in his small form, you can see his scales have started to grow back. Like, where they were missing, there's just like a tiny little sliver where they're starting to come back in because dragons can regrow their scales. He's like, I'll be back to full strength in a couple of weeks.
I guess we'll get business out of the way first. We've interviewed some people around the town, posted a job sign for new crew, and we're hiring 5 more people.
7 total.
7 total. 7 new people. The governor was kind enough to sell us a ship, which is currently being built.
Indeed. I talked to Victoria. She told me that, you guys had to use my money to pay for the ship, which is understandable. I technically own the ship, but I'll be honest, I don't think I want to be a pirate captain anymore.
You said you're retiring.
After this last time, after getting ambushed and nearly dying, that I've decided that I will remain here with Lady Evelyn
and the gold,
and and yes, my treasure. Since the ship is mine, I will expect a cut of all the treasure that you guys collect, but it won't be too much. Perhaps 10%. But also, since it is my ship, I will pay for the repairs until you perhaps make enough money to buy the ship from me or purchase a new ship. Whichever. For now, Victoria told me that Jack was nominated as acting captain, and I think that's fine, and that's shall be a permanent position as of now, unless anyone has any objections.
No, I'm all for it.
While everyone's talking, Squawky's like standing over by the window, doing that kind of, "Where the fuck's the fish? Where's the fish? I saw it."
And like you're looking out
Just
there,
being
and
a
you'll
fucking
like you're looking out there, and you'll see like there's like some trees in his yard, and you'll like look to the right and be like, there's a fish over there, and then like out of the peripheral, it's hiding behind that tree. But then there's nothing there. You don't see it. It's too big. Can't be hiding behind that tree. Like literally like losing your mind.
Yeah,
And
Is-
like Captain
Squawky's
Grim
just
keeps
doing
like
little,
he's kind of like glancing over at you because like it's weird that you're just over by his window rather than with the rest of the crew like talking to him because you're close to his
muttering
goal.
stuff.
Like not that he doesn't trust you, he's a dragon. He's very protective of his treasure. That's just how they are.
Because I was Yoki's keeping an eye on him, I'm gonna walk over to him and just put my hand on my shoulder and sort of utter to him like, "You're right, Squawky."
Fish. Fucking fish is following us. Just losing his shit over a fish. He's just standing there like, quietly muttering something about a fish.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check against Yoki, an insight check. because you genuinely believe that there is a fish out there following you guys. And in the aftermath of the attack, there could be a fish. But you rolled a natural
There's
1.
no fucking fish out there.
But so Yoki's like, so you're like, there's a fucking fish, man. There's a fish. And Yoki's like, yeah, all right, sure. Uh-huh. I was like, we cleared them all out. Squawky, what's wrong with you?
I'm gonna sort of guide Squawky away from the window.
Guide him away from the window.
Nudge him back around to face towards the captain.
Okay.
But keep my hand on his shoulder.
And Captain Grimm's like, so once the ship is ready, and once you guys set sail, you will have to go to Darkfall and pledge your allegiance to the Night Queen. Because you are sponsored as one of the can't remember what I said. You will be one of the 10 pirate captains of the Dusverian Strait. Because there are only ever 10 captains at one time.
Do we have to have backing or sort of a
No, you don't.
representation?
You will have my backing, which means you will be taking my place as the 10th pirate captain. But that also means anyone can kill you if they want that spot as a captain.
If you know you're stepping down.
They will know that you are sponsored by me, and most of the pirates will know that they don't want to mess with me. I'm friends with most of them, but there are some that don't like me. And those ones will likely try to probably remove you to replace with one that is loyal to them. So you will have to be wary. You will have to be a pirate.
Great.
I have a question. I'm assuming Cadros would know this, having been in the service of Grimm for many years, but can you explain to me what's the point of having the 10 pirate captains, those special seats?
So the 10 pirate so there are, at any time there are privateers out on the sea, but usually those ones are like mercenaries who are bought for by any one of the number of countries, like that privateer you ran into that was bought by the Empire to hunt you guys down. There are plenty of non-affiliated pirates out there that have no allegiance to the Night Queen, who is the leader of the pirate armada, basically. It's like their own pirate nation, and she's in charge, and all the other captains give her a part of their treasure as tribute, and like it's basically like its own hierarchy. The 10 captains are the ones that are sanctioned by her to do pirating in the Strait. Also, Darkfall, they're allowed to go there and sell their wares, sell any treasure that they get for coin or other materials. They can buy whatever they want from there. If you're not an affiliated pirate captain, you're not allowed access to Darkfall. And you have to those ones who are like pirate captains who aren't affiliated, they have to deal with the law, but no protection from the Night Queen.
Thank you for explaining that.
Yep.
We're part of the cool kids club.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
And he's going to. This is something you guys would kind of already know, but I'm going to tell you about the other pirate captains. So let me know when you're ready, because it's going to be a lot.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready.
Sorry, my blood sugar's going low. I have to eat something.
It's okay. Take your time.
Okay, so the first ship of the fleet, the Night Queen has her own ship. Her ship is called the Night Raven, and it's one of the larger pirate ships in the Strait. Basically equivalent to a second-rate man of war, and carries around 100 guns. It's very much a luxurious ship, almost like a cruise liner, but it sits there at Darkfall as a security blanket. Darkfall's got plenty of cannons on its walls, plenty of security, but like with the Night Raven there, no pirates would even think about trying to do anything crazy. So that's one of the 10. So the other one is obviously your ship, whatever you name it. The next ship on the list it's called the Juniper Falling, and it's a large sloop, and it's well known to be a slave runner. Its captain is Captain Lupto, Lupto, and he's a huge gnoll, who very much has a taste for human flesh. He captures people and sells slaves, but they also eat the people they capture too. Most of the other captains aren't particularly fond of Captain Lupto, and him and his crew are considered to be just kind of crazy and insane. He doesn't come back to Darkfall a lot, but next up is a ship called the Corpse Maker, and you guys might have heard me mention this one before. It's a fourth class man of war, so she carries about 40 guns. The captain of that ship is Hannah Markovich. She's a human female, and she's well known for sacking a city called Timoran on the coast of the Empire. It has earned her a death mark from the Empire. You might recognize her name because she's the one who initially stole the crown that you guys recovered from the merchant vessel, the Crown of the Emperor.
That's right.
She gifted it to the Night Queen, and then it was in turn eventually stolen from the Night Queen. And you guys have recovered it. She's a very small, petite woman, but like everyone knows that she's one of the deadliest captains on the sea. She also has one of the bigger ships. The next is an orc named Turok Var. Turok apostrophe VAR. Oh, sorry, that's the name of the ship. Turok Var is an orc longship. It's captained by Nuke Kolvarn, who is a male orc berserker. He has a crew of 100 orc berserkers, male and female. They don't carry any cannons on their ship, but they have 10 ballista. The ship, they use it to run down their enemies and board them with their berserkers. Basically, in the realm of Victoria, where you guys are, orcs are kind of based off of like Norse mythology, like Vikings. And there's a whole pantheon of orcish gods that are based roughly off of the Valhalla, and Valhalla is called the Infinite Meadow, and the more they fight and the more they kill, they have a chance to join the Eternal Hunt. The next ship is Josiah's Mistress. and it's a sailing ship that's in the same class that the Reaper was. The captain is Josiah Weston, and he's a half-elf male. He kind of has a reputation for being a playboy. It's even said that he one time had a fling with the Night Queen, and ever since he's fallen out of favor with her, ever since they broke up, and therefore the other captains don't like him as much. He's not banished from Darkfall, but when he docks there, he kind of has to watch his step. The next ship is called Malvor, Malvor, and it's a 6th rate man of war, and it's captained by Ivan Romanov. And he might be a male elf. A lot of mystery and rumors swirl around Captain Romanov. No one ever sees anyone from his ship but him. And he's been Captain Grimm's biggest rival in the pirate court, and they say that they've been enemies for hundreds of years. Another rumor that swirls around is that Captain Romanov is a vampire, and his entire crew is made of his thralls, which is why you never see anybody but him. The next ship on the list is the Dwarven. It's called Dwarven Fury, and it's a 4th rate man of war. It's the 2nd largest pirate ship on the sea, and it's captained by Goltharn Keen-Eyes, who is a male dwarf. This ship has been sailing Strait for 1,000 years. There was a war 1,000 years ago in the country of Borgenth, and the ship was stolen by the dwarves after they lost the war, and they fled to the sea, and they've crewed it and used it for their kin ever since. So the crew is entirely made of dwarves. The next ship is Nature's Bounty, and it's an elven sloop. And she's the fastest ship on the sea. And it's captained by, I'll just copy and paste her name since it's spelled kind of crazy, Zrixtina Summerdays. Yep, that's the wrong Word document. Where this one? She's a powerful archdruid, and the Nature's Bounty is actually a living ship. She's very much known as a hit and run type pirate who doesn't leave any corpses in her wake. But because the ship is a living ship, she can use her magic to repair it, and it can repair itself. And the last one is an enigma. Let me know if you need me to pause, or if I'm going, or if you need me to repeat any of those things. Okay. The last one is an enigma. It's called the Ghost. The size of the ship is unknown. The captain is unknown. No one seems to know anything about this ship. Even the Night Queen can't remember who the captain is or what size the ship is. It's protected by very powerful magic. All that she can remember is the captain is one of the 10 captains of the Strait. And that's those are the 10 pirate captains of the Dusverian Strait. Well, the other 8 besides you guys and the Night Queen. But basically, that's all knowledge you guys would have had from being pirates for many years. So basically, Captain Romanov is probably your biggest threat because he didn't like Captain Grimm.
But
Then there's
if he's already one of the 10 captains, why would it matter for him to kill off Grimm?
Because then he could put whoever he wants as that to take that place.
That makes sense.
Then you could have 2 seats.
Juniper Falling is the other one that's kind of like on the out, just because Captain Lupto is insane and a carnivore, and not a carnivore, but wait, eats human flesh. What?
Well, it'd be a cannibal if he ate orc
Cannibal.
flesh.
You mean Knoll? He's a Knoll.
He's a null.
Or
That's what it is.
no.
He's basically a cannibal. Like eating sentient beings
Oh, okay.
would be considered a cannibal, even if it's not the same race as you.
Did you hear that, Squawky?
Don't ask what's in the mystery stew. Then
I swear, if I get indigestion from this meal from the beach, I'm gonna.
this is elf pie. Did you get the recipe from elves? Sure.
So, like, something like eating like Kuotoa is they're sentient, but it's that fine line where it's like, is it they're not really, they don't have their own cities really. They don't have, they're sort of, there's it's like that fine line where
It's
it's
in
like,
that weird gray.
You wouldn't
area.
you wouldn't
Yeah,
get
that
many
would be great.
objections.
They're so
no, most people would be like,
Just fish.
tastes like fish. They're just a little bit smarter fish. Now, if you were to like, say, kill and eat like merfolk, that's more frowned upon because they have their own cities
Yeah.
underwater and
Seemingly civilized, essentially.
yeah, seemingly civilized.
Oh, that's such a fine line that Kim personally would be like, no, Kuotua can craft weapons and manage siegecraft, and that makes them sentient. But then Katris would probably be like, nah, they're all just a bunch of fish people. So it's really hard to think about.
Yeah. Anyway,
You've got to learn to be racist.
oh, racism exists in this world. Believe it or not, humans think themselves superior to everyone.
I mean, we are.
I mean, the other campaign's been dealing with that pretty heavily. And they haven't even met the Empire yet.
Well,
So,
It's angry cat noises behind me.
so Captain Grimm's just like, so, have you guys decided on a name for the ship?
The Black Pearl.
We haven't even discussed it, sir. We've been a little busy, just a little bit.
no, I've pitched a couple ideas, but Katris, you disagreed. Apparently, the broken nose sort of went over poorly.
Can I pick up a gold coin and throw it at his face?
Sure.
See how that feels.
Ah. But I guess, Grim, if you've got any ideas.
I wouldn't say that I have an idea off the top of my head, but I mean, the Reaper was because my last name is Grimm, or I chose my last name as Grimm, and so it was the Grim Reaper.
I'm still here. Dogs are being stupid.
Okay.
Thought about doing Hollow, but it doesn't make as much sense without you as captain.
No, but I am sponsoring the ship, so you could call it the Hollow.
Sparrow has a nice ring to it.
I get it. It's also not a bad name for a ship.
It's not a bad name for a ship.
Especially one that's like kind of quick.
Would we be able to gauge whether our ship potentially is the quickest, Or until we say that, we would have no real idea about the capabilities.
She's fast, but it's unlikely that she would be able to outrun the nature's bounty. That's being a living ship and powered by some very strong nature magic. You're probably not going to outrun that one.
Be right back. Someone's at the door.
Okay. But other than that, you probably could outrun all the rest of them. Depending on favorable winds, maybe not the Turok Var, because they have oars and it's a Viking longship. They will just break out the oars and chase people down if the winds are not in their favor.
Yeah.
Everyone's distracted.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I was listening. Yeah, cool. No, that's right. Just so it was for my own personal information. Yeah, I've still got Squawky real close, like almost squeezed into me, so he can't move.
He's just twitching, like.
That's the occasional pat and like sort of gentle rub on his shoulder.
Maybe we can vote on it later when Squawky's feeling more up to it.
Okay. Yeah,
no,
Captain Grimm's like,
the fish to know the name.
Squawky, are you all right? You look terrible, if you don't mind me saying. And I, as someone who looks as bad as I do right now,
He's been eating too many people.
Squawky's just gonna go. There's a fish following us. I've seen it. I know it's out there. I've seen it.
There's a Kuatoa following you?
It's a big one.
Not that I've seen, Captain.
Have you, I guess, made sure? The city seems safe, right?
It's a crafty bastard. He's there, and then he's not there, and then he's there, and then he's not there, and then he's over there, and then he's over there, and then I've seen him over there. I've seen him in my dreams. I've seen him, Captain.
Sir, Squawky is most definitely cursed. We're still working on it.
Yes.
Actually, she might be able to help. Because
he looks over his shoulder, and Lady Evelyn's just kind of been sitting there.
maybe
She has like her eyes closed, and like she's been meditating. And she opens her eyes and she goes, well, I could take a look. Squawky, come here.
He'll jerkily walk over.
Jerk he is.
And he's just kind of twitchy, just kind of constantly looking towards the window.
She just kind of like holds her hand up and closes her eyes, and like again you can see like the glow from underneath her eyelids, like through her eyelids. That's how like bright the light is when she focuses her magic. And she doesn't touch him, but she's just like reading his aura basically. And she opens her eyes and she goes, I can't help him, but he is in a lot of trouble. My power comes from being an avatar of the god Cord. And he will not allow me to fix what's wrong with Squawky.
Telling me you could, but your god won't let you.
If I were to try, the power that is given to me would be blocked.
Why is that, if you don't mind me asking?
Horde is a strong believer in those who are strong survive, being the god of strength. Also, Squawky here is possessed by a different god.
Squawky's possessed
Oh,
by Blibdle
great.
Poop. Squawky's been possessed by Blibdle Poop. It's great. If Blibdle Poop is in this world.
Pardon me, ma'am. Do we know which god he's possessed by?
I do not know its name, but it is the god of the Kuotoa.
Well, it's a good place to start. Thanks.
The staff that your friend holds there seems to be a fragment of that god in it, and that's how he became possessed.
Sorry, one last question. Do you know anyone who we could go and see to do something about this?
Do I know someone who could
Help us.
fix it? A powerful cleric type who is not blocked by their god's beliefs. The reason I would normally be able to if my god allowed it. But Cord is not in the habit of interfering with other gods' designs, and he also believes that if you're strong, you will survive.
Would you be able to do anything about the crown?
I didn't even realize that was a problem with how badly his soul is suffering from the staff. Let me see. And she does the same thing. Her eyes, she closes her eyes and they glow through her eyelids, and she places her hands near and reading his aura some more, and she goes, "The crown is strange. Um, it's it is cursed and it can't be removed. Let me try." She casts a spell. She casts Greater Restoration, and Squawky tries to take the crown off, and it just like tugs. It won't come off. And she goes, "Well, I think that would have worked if he wasn't holding the staff." But the two items, their curses have intermingled, and I can't break one without breaking the other. So Cord has said no. I apologize.
No, no
For your
offense to
efforts.
you, my lady, but your god's kind of a dick.
He can be, yes. As are, let's be honest, most gods.
So, from the sounds of things, we might be. Well, we have to go to Darkfall anyway to pay tribute to the Night Queen with our new ship. So, we may just need to plan on finding someone there to help.
And your guys' navigator is a paranoid, crazy Kenku.
Oh, we know our way to Darkfall. We'll be okay. Oh, I have proficiency in navigator tools as well. So if all else fails, I can co-pilot.
Captain Grim, do you know any trustworthy clerics at Darkfall?
I know that the Night Queen employs a couple.
That's as good a place as any to start, I suppose.
as a note, when she does cast Greater Restoration on you, it does not remove the cursed crown, but it does take away your 1 point of exhaustion.
Neat.
So you're back to net 0 currently on the 3rd day of having the staff in your possession.
Now
Or
let's
sorry, this is
just
the 4th day. Just so you know, you will
Yeah.
get another point of exhaustion tonight. So every 2 days you sleep with it, you gain a point of exhaustion.
Let's hope we can get rid of it in 12 days.
It's a good thing it's not lethal, or that'd be a real problem.
I mean, after 12 days, I'm fucked.
He can put down the staff, just not
He
willingly.
cannot. No. He cannot let go of it. He will not. Like, he will not.
No, but physically, like, he could. So if we were to wrench it from him, we could. Or is it like stuck
his
like the
hand.
crown is? Would we snap his
Yes.
neck if we tried to
He will
remove
probably
it?
get violent.
Yeah, you could physically take it away from him. Like, you could do what the Eternal Whispers did, tie him up and take it out of his hands.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, he would literally become incoherent, violent, to the point of attacking you until he got it back.
Sounds like we might need to leave Squawky behind.
I'm
Just
thinking
lock
we
him up
just
in the
Leave
basement.
him here to just die of exhaustion while you leave.
I'm thinking we just knock him the fuck out and take the staff away from him.
Well, I was thinking when he goes to sleep, take it from him while he's sleeping.
Good luck with that.
Maybe Blood could, but I don't know if that would work.
Oh, but
Strong
then
little
if-
bastard.
If Blood takes it, good luck getting it away
Shit.
from him when he gets cursed.
I feel like best case scenario, we get another person cursed.
Yeah.
Not that I wish it upon Squawky, but at least it's contained for now.
This is what I get for putting random things on my head.
You would have been fine if it was just the crown, but then you picked up the staff too.
I needed them both. He needed his trophies.
So did the god of the Kuwatoa.
Yeah, I had no room to judge Squawky after. Say, Captain Graham, did you get that crown from Vanessa,
Victoria?
Victoria?
He's like, indeed I did.
Good. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's in safe hands. And I
Well,
can think
I
of no
can't-
safer than yours.
I can't remember because how did she hide that from the mercenaries? I don't remember how she did that.
She just it's in a chest, I believe.
Yep.
And you guys just lied about what was in it, and they didn't see through the lie.
And then they
Okay.
didn't search us.
Okay, so was this the chest that had the false bottom in it, or is this a different chest? I'm sorry, I'm really confused.
No, I'm pretty sure, like, and we don't have that episode. That's the one episode that didn't make it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know why it didn't.
Yeah, I like it happens, but like that's the one episode that we lost. So I'm pretty sure she hid it. She put it in a different lockbox after you got it out of the false bottom chest, because that was a big chest filled with money.
Yeah, we couldn't lift
Yeah.
it. We had to get
Yeah.
Blue to do that.
And
That's
like
right.
she took it and hid it in a chest and hid it in his office on the ship. And then when you guys left, she went and grabbed that and then just was carrying it. And when you guys got on board the ship, or when you were rescued, they were just like, "Do you have any contraband?" Blah 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 blah. And you guys were like, "No." And your deception checks were high enough that they didn't see through.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Like,
So she wouldn't have just been carrying the damn crown of the emperor
right.
around in the open.
I mean,
Loop
if
through
you've
her
got
belt.
balls, you know.
It's only like one of the most famous pieces of jewelry in the realm.
Did the Night Queen ever find who stole it from her in the first place?
She did not know.
Oh, okay.
Other than like, it's ended like the 10 pirate captains are like considered almost above reproach. Like she, with the kind of the way that it is, if one of the 10 pirate captains were to like offer fealty to the Night Queen, she doesn't think any of them would be dumb enough to try to steal from her. So if Captain Grimm were to say, "Hey, we're returning this. We recovered it from a merchant vessel that my crew attacked and found," she would believe him 100%. She has no
Mhm.
reason to think that he stole it and then is just trying to give it back. Also, why would he give it back if he stole it?
Yeah.
But if you guys showed up with it
Mm.
and said, "This is from Captain Grimm because he's sponsoring us and we found it," you probably would gain a lot of favor with her, especially since you guys were the ones who actually found it.
Should we see about doing that?
Yeah,
I was gonna
Captain,
say.
should we return the crown to the Night Queen?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not keeping it here. What what if someone found out that I had it and I didn't give it back? Whew. Fallout from that would be kind of impressive.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
No, I'm 100% on board giving it back to the Night Queen. And she will more than likely not believe that we stole it from her. Because why would we give it back if we stole it in the first place? Plus, it's been missing for years.
Is there a bounty on the crown? From the Night Queen. Obviously, the Empire would pay a king's ransom for it.
I think the Empire would arrest
so-
us if we tried
or
to
kill
turn
us.
it in.
Yeah, right. The Night Queen, it's hers. So if anybody returned it, that's part of the her crews, the pirate captains, it would kind of just be expected, not necessarily a bounty on it. If it were somebody outside the hierarchy, she might give them some money. She might just have them executed
I
for
was gonna
stealing
say,
it in the first place,
kill him on site and take it anyway.
That's
depending
fair.
on the mood she's in. But
This is
because
the
you
one
guys are,
time.
yeah,
I'm not expecting.
Yeah, and don't try no speech persuasion checks
I-
for that either. Because then we'd have to find a new captain. All right. Well, I suppose the next step is to see if the ship is close to being ready. Because the longer Squawky has that staff, the worse he's going to get.
and Lady Evelyn's like, "Well, have him come back before you guys leave, and I can at least make sure he's not as tired when he leaves."
Oh, we appreciate that,
We'll do.
ma'am.
We'll also need to stop by to pick up the crown
Yep.
and say goodbye.
Well, let me know when you guys are ready to go, and we will send you on your way.
I'm going to go to the bathroom and then I'll be ready to go.
Okay. So at the end of the fourth night, you gain another point of exhaustion, Squawky.
Huzzah!
And basically at the end of the fifth day is the end of the downtime week. Because like downtime's like 5 days and then you do stuff for 2 days and then downtime for a week, unless you spend more than 2 days out doing stuff. Kind of like the math is like weekend warriors. You go do stuff for the weekend, then you take a week of downtime.
Yeah.
That's kind of the generalization of it. So at the end of the downtime week, you guys head over to Bulgar's. So Squawky, you currently have 1 point of exhaustion because it's only been 5 days.
Yep, I got the one on there. Squawky one. Do we pass by the water? Yeah, we do pass by the water. Squawky's gonna poke the staff in the water, see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just gonna poke it.
Just sploosh.
Nothing.
Nothing immediately. No,
It's wet.
the
Yeah,
staff
he's
is
just
wet.
gonna sit there and like splash it in the water, and be like, stupid thing.
I'm
That's
gonna
fine. You can
I'm gonna
have it.
drag Squawky by the collar back away from the water and keep him going.
Okay.
I'm bound and determined to try and see if I can't do something really fucking stupid with this staff, aside from just picking it up.
I swear, Squawky, if you summon a kraken on us in this next ship, I'll kill you before the kraken can.
Squawky's gonna mimic the sound of the kraken.
Okay,
he
first,
can.
terrifying. Secondly, can you summon the Kuatoa?
I've tried, nothing happened. We can see what happens if I actually get in the water with this thing.
Oh, is Blued with us?
It depends. If you want him to be with you, he's following you around. If not, he's just been hanging out at home waiting for you guys to need him. Because I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
He's a NPC that I can play when you guys want him around, but sort of like this situation is not really prevalent for him to be around.
Sorry, because I was going to
yeah.
get Blued to carry him, but
Carry Squawky.
no. But if he's not here, that's fine. I'm just dragging him along by his collar.
Yeah, I mean, you guys head to Bulgar's, and you realize that the ship is no longer in, like, actually in the construction area. You see it as you walk by. It's sitting on the water next to the dock, and it looks pretty done. So you walk in and like, oh, how you doing?
Not too bad, Bulgar. Did you get away okay from the battle?
Oh yeah, they no one bothered us here.
That's good to hear. The ship's looking pretty good.
Oh yeah, she's about done. All she really needs is a name.
Yeah, the name we've been talking about for the past couple of days is the.
If you guys want to discuss it now, that's fine.
Yeah, let's
say
go
that
just
you've been
discuss it.
say that you've been deciding on this over the last few days.
I like the hollow. The hollow sounds quite
Hollow's
good
pretty good.
because it works with Grimm's hollow.
The Grim Hollow, Jack Hollow.
The
I still like the Black Pearl. Or the Pearl.
You can do that. It would not have the same meaning as the
No, it
movies,
wouldn't.
but
That's mostly just me being a turd.
but you can name it whatever you guys want.
So 2 votes for Hollow, Zach being a turd, and I'm on board for whatever. So Hollow it is.
So
Yeah, the Hollow.
it is now the Hollow. All right.
But does it come in black?
Now,
you want the ship to be black?
do we
No,
want
it's
to
fine.
call it the Hollow or just Hollow? Because there's a difference.
Did the last ship have a "the" in front of it?
Yes, it was the Reaper.
There is a difference.
I think the Hollow, calling it the Hollow rather than just Hollow, has. Oh, sorry, in character. I think the Hollow has a good ring to it.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'll get it painted. Should be done tomorrow.
Well, I guess the rest of the
Thanks,
afternoon I'm going to
Bulgar.
be gathering up crew members.
If you wanted to retroactively say that you wanted it black and that was part of them building it, we can do that.
Oh, sure. I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine. Honestly, painting is going to make it harder for when we have to scrub the deck and retar things, but that's just me being the quartermaster.
And no, it doesn't. That doesn't need to come in. black. It'd probably have to pay for it too.
Well, the ship's
That's
already
true.
paid for. It would have been part of the cost. It can look how you
Oh.
want it to look. Like if you want it to have black sails and be a black ship, sure. You want it to
Could
have
we-
red sails,
Could
sure.
we could do a dark stain on the wood. That would last longer than paint.
That. Let's do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Sure.
So yeah, we'll have dark stained wood.
Black sails, white sails. What a different color sail?
Pink. We need pink sails.
You don't get a vote anymore.
Yeah, no voting for you.
And no voting until you put the staff down.
Even then, Squawky's vote is kind of like
Half a vote.
I don't know. I kind of think that the white sails with the dark wood would look really cool.
What
Yeah.
do all the pirates have a? Is there like a pirate flag, or is it black sails indicates pirate flag, or red sails
Oh.
indicates pirate flag? Or...
no. They have there's the what's it called?
Sure.
Skull and
The little
crossbones.
flag.
Yeah, they have the everyone. Each pirate has their
Jolly-
own. The Jolly Roger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
pirate has their own version of the Jolly Roger, but they have different like sail colors.
Okay. All right.
There's
No,
not
it's,
one
there's not like
uniform-
one. Yeah, I was going to say
No.
because
And even then, like the pirates, they all have some version of the skull and crossbone on their flag, but like Captain Grimm's was two like reaper scythes behind on a red flag with black skull and crossbones. Like, yeah, that was his flag.
Another good question. Should we recommission a new pirate flag or keep Captain Grimm's?
Well, technically, it's his ship.
We can keep his until it's
Yeah.
our own ship,
Okay.
That works for me.
and then once it's ours, we can come up with something.
I think I posted what his flag looks like somewhere. I'm not sure where. Might be in the pirates chat. Like if you scroll way back up to when we first started.
The ancient archives.
Or I can just repost it. I think I have it. Hold on.
That would be better.
there's some really weird gifs in this.
There are, but they're great.
That cat one you posted today is so cute.
The pirate cat.
Ooh, neat. I mean, the pirate cat too, but also the "Are we playing, please?"
Oh.
That's a pretty awesome flag. I'm cool with sticking with that.
How far back is it?
I don't know.
That might be fairly far back.
Yeah, he just fresh posted it because I couldn't go that
I
far back.
remember
That's the
seeing it. I remember
Yeah.
seeing that, but at the same time, that's probably really far back.
Like a few months at least, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Like back when we first started. Okay, yeah. So Bulgar gets the name painted on the hull. I'm assuming you wanted the like with the dark stain, just white paint for the name.
Perfect.
That sounds neat.
Yeah.
Got the white sails, and now you've got the red flag with Grimm's colors. And you know, you went and talked to him, and he's okay with it. You pick up the crown from him. You know, you send out messengers to all the new members of your crew.
Did all of
Ship's
the members
ready.
of the crew survive?
Yes.
Oh, good.
We have to do
No-
more
none-
interviews.
None of them perished. That
That was
would be
my
really,
concern.
Really kind of dumb on my part, making more work for myself after you already interviewed all of them.
I don't know how
like,
committed
I
you are to the
killed
role.
this one
Just-
because I didn't like him that much.
You didn't roll for every
like all the
character.
NPCs I made. Like even the ones that you guys didn't like.
Let's see how many Kraken attacks we can get through this time.
Oh God, yeah, no nat ones. Oh, except
No
for the
nat
one that
ones?
you roll. You rolled one. That's the one and done, right?
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, sure.
Roll 20
I
never
mean,
rolls two nat
last
ones in a
time it
row.
was several.
And we'll say, for the sake of brevity, you wait until you know that like Squawky's been getting super tired every 2 days. So you wait one extra day for him to go to sleep, get 2 points of exhaustion, or she heals his 1 point, and then after the 6th day, she heals his other point, and so he's leaving with no points of exhaustion on a fresh, giving him more
Perfect.
chance to not die from exhaustion
He
before you
looks
get
like
it removed.
he looks like fresh shit as opposed to
So-
days old shit.
So now we have 12 days to get rid of this, or Squawky dies.
Or find someone with greater restoration to.
Wait, is it 1 point of exhaustion every 2 days?
It's 1 point of exhaustion every 2 days because he still sleeps. It's
Just not
just
well.
very restful or restless, and so like every couple days he's just like.
And it's 12 points of exhaustion is when you're done. So we got 20.
6 points of exhaustion
Six.
is when you die.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it'll take 12 days for
12
me to
days
accrue 6.
to get to 6.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's disadvantage on ability check. Speed is half. Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Hit point maximum halved. Speed reduced to 0. And then 6 is death.
Yeah, it ramps up. All right. So it's a fresh day. You're now aboard your ship with all your new crew members.
I'm assuming we got supplies and everything like that. Like,
The ship is loaded. It's
Nope.
got supplies. I don't know why Blood's health is down on this.
Oh.
Why is his health
Bloods.
down?
Ludes,
Wait,
more
they're
like
multiplying.
Tudes.
Oh, because I didn't let him heal up after last time we.
Oh yeah, he got what 1 hit point left? Wasn't he really
He
hurt?
was, yeah, he was pretty far down.
I don't know why I'm chuckling at myself. In my head, I said send Bloods, and I thought that was funny.
How much is a
Send
COVID?
Bloods.
There, now his health's fine. All right, cool.
We need someone on the boat who is named Wrath. Because we have Riff, we need Wrath.
We have Cian, Wrath.
And
No,
it's not
he's saying
Yes.
Raff, like RAFF.
Yeah, Riff
Riff-Raff.
Raff.
Oh, Riff Wrath.
Pretty sure Raff died.
I don't know.
You
Maybe.
just don't even
Were
know
they
the names of the
related?
original crew. No, there was no Raff. Okay. And you guys have now. It's a beautiful day as you sail out from Broken Heights. Once again, pirates on the open sea. I need one of you to roll a D100 for me.
Anybody but Jordan. I think you were the one that rolled crack
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
I rolled
I
the
think.
Kraken the first time, I think.
Yeah.
Well, a D100
Six.
is not what happens during the day.
D100's the weather.
The D100 is the weather. So, rolling a 6. Let's see. What does 6
That's not very high.
6 is you guys start, you get out about an hour away from shore and clouds. It was a beautiful day when you left. Suddenly, heavy rain clouds, and it just begins to pour. There's no thunder, no lightning or anything. You're not in a lightning storm, but it's very heavy rain.
Pick the perfect day to set sail.
Just
Red
gonna
sky
make.
at night, sailor delight. Red sky at morning, sailor take warning.
I'm just gonna make sure all the gunpowder is covered up and put away, and
Yeah, the gunpowder is
stuff.
below deck. So on your new ship, you guys got gunpowders in these barrels here. These are just kind of like supplies. It's only 2 decks, so crew's quarters. Captain Jack's quarters are up here on the quarter deck. There's another room over here that was the doctor's quarters on your last ship, but it hasn't been assigned to be used for anything. I think Blood like wants it to sleep in when it's raining, but
Yeah, I was gonna say probably gonna have to go to Blue because it's the only one who can't get below decks.
he can't get below decks. Yeah. Squawky's got his little kitchen area. He's actually got a couple of live animals this time. He's got some chickens and a goat, or a couple goats for milking, and chickens for eggs. Sustainable food source. All right, so sailing with the wind behind you, but it is pouring. Everybody's wet, soaked, and miserable. I need someone else to roll a d20 on for what might happen during the day. 10.
Damn,
Not a 1.
needed 9 less.
Squawky.
So for the first day, nothing happens throughout the day as you're sailing, or for the first 6 hours. I need another roll from someone else for the next 6 hours of travel on the sea.
Let's go.
Go for it, Jack.
I'll do it.
Come on, Jack, get that nat 1.
No.
Oh. So the first day passes without incident. You sail throughout the day. It's pouring down rain, but other than that, no issues. So I need you guys to decide who is going to be like night crew and who's going to be day crew, so that the ship can continue sailing around the clock.
I don't mind being part of the night crew.
I feel like I would normally nominate Squawky to take the helm at night, but
Might be a bad
I mean,
idea right now.
I mean,
considering
I can do it. I am proficient in navigating because I took a sailor background.
okay.
Yeah, I'll do night crew because I was night crew on the last one on the replay, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So Yoki and Katris night crew, Squawky and Jack day crew.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll say Blood is gonna be part of the day crew because he likes to just hang out with Jack. We'll say Imaga is part of the night crew. Jimmy and Tobias are on the day crew, so they're sleeping when the night crew's out. Squawky's sleeping. Jack's in his room, so we're just gonna throw him off here in the middle of the water.
Yeet.
And we'll say Sylar and Salazar, they like to work together, so they're up at night while the rest of them are all asleep. So Cyanrath is sleeping in here. Katris is on deck. Imaga's on deck. Yoki might be down below. Blood is currently off in the water with Jack because he's sleeping in his quarters. So basically, a smaller crew during the night. Yoki might be up on deck helping.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have been up.
I need either Katris or Yoki to roll a d20 to see if something happens at night.
Go ahead, Yoki.
$18. So many Word documents.
Anyone else
18?
pucker up a bit?
18
While waiting to
for
see the result.
the
I did.
evening. Nothing happens.
The fact that it took a little while to roll as well, I was like, oh shit.
Okay. Now it is Katris' turn.
And you guys wake up in the morning. There's only one roll per night, not 2. There's 2 during the day.
Yeah.
You guys, wake up, transfer out, the different people. Katris goes to bed. Yoki goes to bed. Everybody else gets up. Riff and Havoc are up. These guys are in bed. These guys are up top. And
Make a
Imaga,
copy of the map and just jump back and forth.
I do. That would probably be best. So I need someone, anybody, to roll a D100 for weather.
Arabs.
7.
Yay, more
That's a good
shitty
thing I
weather.
didn't get
The
better.
rainstorm has continued. It is still pouring down rain.
Just to remind me, it's about 3 days from Broken Heights to Darkfall, correct?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay.
So this is day 2, so I have 1 level of exhaustion.
No. At the night of every third day.
Dawn of the third
Okay.
day.
Dawn of the
Yeah.
third day, you get a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
12 days to die.
Okay. And I need somebody on the day crew to roll a D20. 12. Wait, aren't you night crew with?
No,
No.
Spocky's day.
No.
Yoki
Oh,
and
no,
I are night
you're right.
crew.
You're right. You're right. Okay. 12. 12 for the second day. Nothing seems to happen for the first part of the day. But it is still raining heavily. And I need somebody else to roll for the second half of the day. 5.
5.
Getting there.
Okay. As you're sailing along, the water is just pouring, and you got so Jimmy's up on the
Crow's
he's
nest?
up on the crow's nest while Tobias is like running around. Blood's like taking care of the front of the ship, and Jimmy's like, Captain, I see something out in the storm.
And can I see which way he's pointing?
Yeah, he's pointing off to the port side.
Cool. I will bust out my spyglass and see if I can see what he's pointing at.
And you look. You're like, you don't see what he's pointing at until
Looked up
suddenly you see water in front of your spyglass.
Oh.
A
And
nice large ship. Or wave. Not ship.
Ooh.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
That looks wet.
suddenly there is a water elemental in your face.
No, but they take half damage, right? I'll figure it out.
What? You take half damage from what?
I'm trying to remember if they take half damage from non-magical weapons. But I'll figure it out in combat. It's metagaming.
So, immediately Jimmy just like begins ringing his alarm bell that's on the crow's nest, and the people down below, you wake up. And I'm gonna need people to, as soon as I get turn order up and get it cleared. Hopefully that works. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Squawky was ready.
Blood.
I clicked it twice, so it should be a 10. I don't know why.
Blue was both ready and not ready.
Apparently.
It was Schrodinger's readiness.
Also, this character sheet. Or wasn't as ready as I thought. Okay. And descending. All right. So, Squawky, you've heard the alarm bell. You're below deck. You don't know what's going on currently, but you know that the alarm's going off.
Yeah, Squawky will run upstairs.
Okay. So it's accurate. You have to get to this stairs to get up.
Wait, which ones?
So you're on the below deck, so you have to
Okay,
get to
that one.
those stairs to get up.
What are these stairs?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's these ones. These ones go up. I'm sorry.
And these are these small ones down into this front bit, or are these also
yeah,
up?
Yep. So that's what 20. Yeah,
That would
and you come
be
out there.
20 feet.
20 feet. All right. So you're there. So you're below the quarter deck, but you can see the large spout of water elemental that is like kind of up against Jack as it had splashed on board the ship.
Help.
Squawky will move there with the last bit of his movement.
Okay.
I will cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
That'll eat my bonus action.
Yep.
And then, and then I'll take out my pistols and pow.
Okay. You'll take out a pistol.
I will take out a pistol and shoot it.
Okay.
That wasn't supposed to be with this.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I've only at one level.
Well, you should have no levels yet.
Oh, well, yeah, I've got nothing yet. So far, I don't think it should be. I don't think it's a disadvantage.
17 does hit for.
Oh, and then he will take the Hunter's Mark damage, which is.
Is your pistol magical?
No.
Okay.
He'll take an extra D6.
Oh, sorry, Ben. One thing. I'm assuming down in the downtime, I said about putting the sigils on the flintlock. Would I be able to do that?
Put the what?
The sigils on the flintlock to turn it into an arcane focus. The arcane firearm.
Yeah, you wanted to make it. You're using your like artificer crafting ability thing, right? That makes it so it's a magical weapon.
Yeah. So no, when I use it, so I've done that. I did the enhanced weapon thing, but for like an arcane firearm, we said normally it's like a rond or a wad. They carve some sigils in, but we said we could make it so it's the flintlock.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So just so that when I cast a spell, I can roll a d8 and add it to the damage.
Yeah. So Hunter's Mark is does that count as what is that damage? Is it the weapon type?
Yeah, I can't remember if it's force or if it just adds.
Deal an extra 1d6.
I think it just adds.
Whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. So it does the same damage as the weapon, so it's not magical, so 1 extra damage from Hunter's Mark? Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that works.
Alright. Anything else for Squawky?
I've got an extra attack, so I'm gonna try and shoot it again, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, 26.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Lots and lots of damage.
18 total. Okay.
And that's all I got.
Okay.
And Sienna just gets to sit there since I burned my bonus action.
Yep. Alright, it's Shaq's turn.
Spyglass still in hand. I'm going to draw my rapier and take a poke at it.
26 to hit, yeah.
Forgot to add.
Non-magical weapon, right?
Yeah.
8 damage.
Yes, sir. Because my sword just pokes through the water.
A little water goes off to the side.
I'm on a bonus action disengage. Oh, come on, mouse.
Well, you're level 5 now. Oh wait, no, rogues don't get that, do they? Is that what I heard? Rogues don't get the second attack?
Right, rogues never get second attack.
Right.
That's so dumb.
It's because of the sneak attack damage.
And scurry off down the stairs.
Okay.
All right, Squonky, put that thing down. It was cute in the town, but this is the serious time.
All right, it's Catrister's turn. So
Serious
basically, you leave this room and then you can head upstairs. That's how you get out of here.
Okay, and
But
I'm assuming
you've woken up. Ding, ding, ding. Alarm.
So I'm assuming that this all counts as movement speed, right? Leaving the quarters.
I'm gonna say that you were prone because you were lying down on the
Or
hammock.
Okay.
So half
And
your
that's
movement to
half
stand
my
up,
movement. Okay.
and then
Okay, I guess I move here.
okay. Nothing else.
Nope, nothing else I can do.
Okay, it is now the Wouda Elemental's turn. Where did I character sheet? All right. 30.
Is it
And
supposed to be
he's
on top of everybody?
yes, sir.
No,
Oh,
Squawky!
So
Oh, yeah,
Squawky
Tobias.
and Tobias need to make strength saving throws. I don't even have Tobias's character sheet up. Strength saving throw. Because like technically they're not gonna fight, but like they can still take damage. He's fine. Squawky is not. His target is pushed out of the elemental space. Okay, so Squawky takes 2d8 plus 4. Squawky takes 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled. And you are restrained and unable to breathe unless you can breathe water. If the saving throw is successful, the Tobias goes squirting out from underneath.
Squirting.
Oops, not the right character sheet. Too many things going on. And that's gonna be that's it for his. Oh wait, no. Yep, that's it. So it's now Yoki's turn. You also come awake. Ding, 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 as the alarm goes off up top.
Get outside. I'm assuming I gotta go out and then back up, so I can only get outside the door.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay. It's Blood's turn. He's like, "Hey, get off my boat!" 5, 10, hops off. 15, 20, 25, 30. Pretty sure that's all his speed is 30. Yep. And then he's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. He's gonna dash and go right there. He's got his axe out at the ready. Next up is Squawky. Squawky, you are grappled and you cannot breathe.
I will attempt the strength to get out.
Okay. Roll a strength check. 17. Yeah, you break free. I think you just like squirt out here.
Word out, man.
And then I will use my bonus action to call Cianrath up here.
Okay.
And that is it for my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna say Tobias got to go, but all he's gonna do is like run away
That's
at the bottom of the
acceptable.
Coward.
at the bottom of the turn.
You little shit.
Well, they're not supposed to fight. It's now Jack's turn.
Oh
That'd
boy.
be Cianrath after mine.
Oh, sure. Where? Okay, so he comes
Have him
out
come
there.
up here. And now it's Jack's turn.
Okay.
Stab it, Jack. Stab it.
I'm gonna stab him. Do I have advantage with blue being there?
Yep.
Yeah. Sneak attack. Advantage. Submit.
23 does hit for
Yay! For 11 and
5 points of damage. More water splatters off to the side.
This thing is hard to hit.
It's like a few droplets that come off with your rapier every time. You're like, huh.
Well, I'm gonna have Cianrath give him an extra d6 of lightning love to that.
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
I don't think it's vulnerable. It is not vulnerable. Okay.
That's gonna be the end of my turn. I'm gonna just chill here so that.
But it's lightning damage, so it's not halved. All right, Catrus's turn.
All right. Well, I'm gonna come upstairs.
All right.
So you have to use an extra 5 feet to go through Yoki's space, just so you know, because he counts as difficult terrain.
Okay, so how do I get up to the upper deck?
So 5 feet there, 10 feet to move into Yoki's spot, 5 feet to move past him, and then another 10 feet to move past Cyanrath. So 30 feet to go here or here.
Okay, I will go here by Cyanrath.
Okay.
And then cast, we're gonna do Ray of Frost.
Okay. 15 does hit for 8 points of cold damage. And you'll notice as you partially part of its body like freezes into like a solid, and like it looks like it's having trouble moving.
Neat.
Good job, Kate. Just keep it up.
That's my turn.
Okay, it's his turn. Let's see if he gets his whelm back. He does. So he's gonna go chaw. And I need y'all, like Cyanrath, Catrus, and Blue, to make strength saving throws. Good news is Blue's really good at that. So
Oh no.
okay, Blue goes squirting out to the side, and the other two of you, 2d8 plus 4, take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're currently both are grappled inside the water elemental, and you can't breathe. And that's his turn.
Would me and Jack get attack of opportunities from him moving that way?
Oh, yeah, probably.
What would it be to? What are the stats for the staff to boop it with the staff?
Roll with a strength check.
Would I have advantage as he was moving away?
Yes. You don't get a sneak attack though. Oh.
Why not?
Jeebus.
Because you already used it this turn.
That's true.
You don't get sneak attack on attacks of opportunity, as far as I know.
I don't remember.
So Squawky misses. Jack does not, but he does 9 points.
Sorry. 13
once per
halved.
turn.
Oh, 13 halved.
Yeah.
Wait, no, 12 halved. Right? Because the +1 was from the crit. So 12 halved?
Yes.
Like, I think if you were to miss twice or miss your attacks on your turn, and you reaction attacked and still had your sneak attack, you could, but you already used it. You can't use it more than once per turn.
That makes sense.
But yeah, you cut a little bit more water off.
Splish, splash.
Squawky, I think you get to add your proficiency, but I don't think it's enough to hit him. As long as you're proficient with simple weapons.
Yeah, but it would be
13,
so it'd be
12? Yeah, no, not high enough. So after the water elemental tries to overwhelm everyone, it's now Yoki's turn. Currently below decks, but pretty close to. So you can see him in the doorway. You cannot get out because you can't pass through his space.
That was my thing.
From where you're at.
Can I just shoot at him from where I am?
Absolutely.
I will do that.
Okay.
Flintlock for the first one.
Okay.
Why is that not? It delayed and clicked it twice.
Okay.
So top one is the first one.
15 does hit. I'm gonna say roll a d20. If you roll a 5 or lower, you shoot Cyan Wrath.
Easter.
Because technically he's inside the water elemental, so they would both take the damage. But 18, no.
Ooh,
so
nice.
the bullet misses Cyan Wrath just because Cyan Wrath's like in the position right in front of the door.
Yeah.
And so you do 5 points. Yours is considered magical, right?
I don't know if it is. It's just enhanced. I was just looking through that earlier. Enhanced weapon. It just says. Oh no! This magic weapon. Yeah, this magic weapon grants a +1.
Because if it gives it a +1, it's generally a magic effect that does that. So yeah, he takes 5 points of piercing damage. You can fire into it.
And I'll do the same with my force cannon.
Force cannon. 24 to hit. 14 points of force damage.
Do you want me to roll another d20?
Water just sprays off of. No, because it's not a bullet. You're just hitting the water. Like the bullet would pass through his form, but the force bolt would just hit it and water would spray.
Oh, okay, cool.
But he can't move back 5 feet because Blood's in the way. He can technically occupy the same space, but not only when it's like his turn. So now it's Blood's turn. I mean, he's got like flanking with Yoki technically, I think. So we're just gonna say, yeah.
Can I have moved up afterwards, up like to it, close to, but obviously just basically the other side of the stairs?
You're basically at the bottom of the stairs up to the second level, which is basically, or you're on the stairs, basically. You're in this square down below.
Okay.
So technically you're here, but down below. So you do give advantage to Blood. Blood's going to swing his axe. He does get 2 attacks because he's a fighter. 27 to hit for 9. Well, for 4 points of slashing. He's like, hey, this thing's hard to hit. He swings again. 16 does hit. For 5 more slashing. He's just water's everywhere, but it doesn't matter because it's already pouring down rain. He's just like, that's his turn. It's now Squawky's turn.
Shit. A bonus action, try and tell Sienna to get the fuck out of that thing, and then I'm gonna shoots it.
Okay. Uh, 16 does hit for 6 points of piercing.
It'd be
8 points of piercing.
Because Hunter's Mark.
Give me a d20 roll. If you roll lower than a 5, one of your teammates is also going to take the damage. You rolled lower than a 5. Now roll a d6. 1 through 3 is Cyan Wrath. 4 through 6 is Catrus.
No, he rolled a 5.
Yeah, five or below is what I meant.
Oh, okay. I thought you said below 5. Okay.
4. So Katris takes 13 points of piercing.
Oh shit.
15 points of piercing. No, the Hunter's Mark damage one. Never mind. 13.
Yeah, that was just on the water element.
The Hunter's Mark is not on Katris.
And then seeing how I've accidentally given Katris a new hole, he'll walk up and he'll try and boop it again with the staff.
Okay. You do not have advantage on this attack.
Again, with fucking 10. Does a 10 get there?
No, it doesn't. But that should be
Okay.
1d12 minus 1 plus 2, right?
I did. My proficiency is 3, so I just did plus 2.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because I've got a -1 to strength currently.
And you're just like, yeah. Now it's Jack's turn.
Oh boy. Is this thing tall enough to hit from the poop deck?
Yeah, probably. Although there's a railing there, it'd be probably a disadvantage, but with Blood there, it'd be an advantage, so a straight roll, basically.
Damn, so it's a straight roll either way, but at least
Yeah.
they're not anybody's way. So let's splash some more water. Oh wait,
No sneak attack.
uncheck sneak attack.
Ten.
Oh no.
3.
You try to like stab him and you like clip the edge of the railing and yeah. Misjudged your lunge and stabbed the railing rather than the critter. Anything else?
I guess I could try shooting him with the offhand pistol.
Okay.
Wow.
I hope you knock Katris out.
You know what?
18 does hit for 5 points of piercing damage, and I need you to roll a d20.
Not
See if
advanced
you
roll.
5 or lower shoots one of your teammates. Nope, you're fine.
Oh, makes it.
I aimed high.
He aimed high. Okay. Now it's Katris' turn. You are currently grappled and cannot breathe.
Okay, so do I need to do another strength check to get out?
Yeah, you do need to do a strength check to get out. DC 14. You do not make it out. So you're like,
oh no.
you have a bonus action.
I don't think I have anything that I can do with bonus actions.
Oh. You know what? Zach left before he had Squawky take his turn. Or had Cyanrath take his turn. Anyway.
Hey, quick question. Because, I mean, it's a sentient being of some sort. Could I use shape water to create a little air bubble for myself?
Well, I mean, you can hold your breath for 1 minute plus an extra minute for however many constitution modifiers you have. So if you have a +2, you can hold your breath for 3 minutes.
Okay.
So you're not drowning. You just can't breathe yet.
I gotcha.
But in theory, probably not, since his form is interchangeable and malleable. Like
Oh,
you would
that
shape
makes
water, and all of a
sense.
sudden that shape would no longer like be there.
Okay, that makes sense.
I need to know if Cyanrath escapes from the damn water elemental before I roll his extra damage again. But Zach left. Zach, come back.
Wait, did he not take Cyanrath's turn?
He did not. Zach, are you pooping?
That man.
Please disregard that. I'm just looking and I clicked the stupid chat button.
Firebolt.
You missed.
You did. Funny, because water elementals are not resistant to fire damage. It's the weirdest thing. Like I hit it with a firebolt, and it sizzles and goes out.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Because water, if you throw fire at water, the water's going to put it out.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And if you're wet, you're resistant to fire. But this water isn't wet.
Zach, you left before you took Cyanrath's turn.
Oh shit, my bad.
That's all right. I need to know if he escapes before, because if you get stuck in the water elemental, you take more damage. You did not make it out. So now it's the water elemental's turn. You take the damage again. 15 points of bludgeoning to Katris and Cyanrath.
I'm down.
Katris falls unconscious inside the form of the water elemental. Fucking Cyanrath has 1 HP.
Yep.
Sitting
there fucking one.
And he's gonna roll to see if he gets his whelm back. He does not.
Great.
Yay.
So he's going to. Who's done the most damage to him? Probably Jack, right?
I mean,
I'd say either Jack or Blood.
Well, Blood's only hit him twice because Blood had to run across the.
Yeah, Yoki's nailed him a couple times too.
Yeah. But
roll a dice, see where he swings.
But he can't get down below Dex.
I mean, technically he's in base contact with Yoki, so we'll say 1 or 2 is Yoki, 3 or 4 is Jack, 5 or 6 is Squawky, since you've all hit him. I guess technically Blood would be on there, but 2. So he's gonna hit Yoki. Or he's gonna try to hit Yoki.
Kicks him back down the stairs.
21 to hit.
That hits.
For 17 points of bludgeoning damage. That's actually a really high damage roll.
Yeah.
6 and 7.
You said that I heard that is 70 points of bludgeoning damage. I was like,
and
wait, what?
He's going to he's gonna share the love. So he's going to 1 through 3 is Jack, 1 or 2 is Jack, 3 or 4 is Squawky, 5 or 6 is Blood. 3 is Squawky.
No, Squawky doesn't want it.
Gonna slam Squawky. 18 to hit.
Damn, that hits.
Okay, 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's it for his turn. Now it's Yoki's turn.
I'm just gonna take shots at it again.
Okay.
Doing what I'm doing.
You are in base contact, so it would be a disadvantage unless you back up like 5 feet.
Yeah, I
shoot
would.
Up the stairs.
Yeah, I would back up again and shoot.
Although technically that gives him an attack of opportunity. I don't know.
Yeah, no, fuck it. I'm just gonna shoot from here. Disadvantage, but advantage because Blood.
No, flanking doesn't. I don't think flanking affects
To click that.
Ranged attacks.
I have no idea.
But the 17's the lower roll and it hits for, we'll say, 11 points of damage since that was the first roll. And I need you to roll a d20. And if you roll a 5 or lower, you shoot one of your teammates that are still inside the water elemental. 11. You're fine.
And
you fire off your flintlock. It just more water sprays out. Its form is like starting to like wobble, and it looks pretty like it's not gonna last much longer.
Force cannon.
Okay. 20 to hit, yeah, for 11 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
I just want it just to splash and then just immediately turn to like when you sort of splash a bubble, it just goes whoop and then.
Okay. Now you fire your cannon into it, and it just opens up like a hole through it, and then just splash. And the water dissipates, and something is left behind on the deck. And it's like a blue, misshapen gem that's pulsing slightly.
Gonna immediately run up and cure wounds on Tris.
Don't let Squawky touch it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Squawky grabs the magic thing. He goes, "Ooh, look, more magic shit!" And then he's gonna grab it.
10 points of healing for Katris.
How do you feel after picking that up, Squawky?
What?
I mean, you pick it up, and anyone who is, what did I say on here? Anyone who is proficient in history can make a roll.
Wait,
Use
you to be the only one.
intelligence.
Not with disadvantage on that
No,
one.
I
You
just
can-
because I didn't unclick it.
Yeah, so 28. It's a water elemental heart, and you know with the 28, you know. Oh, you rolled a natural 20. I mean, with the 28, you know it's worth roughly 1,000 gold on the open
Okay.
market.
And I'm over here
not bad.
coughing and trying to thank Yoki in between
Buttering.
gasps.
Okay. And yeah, that's it for that combat. So
That staff that the cursed staff that I've got, what does it appear to be made out of?
wood and bone.
Does it look like it would be good for stirring food?
Sure.
It's a big old ladle.
Yeah, that's
can be,
basically
yeah.
what Squawky's been using it as.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a magical item, so like you can't hurt it with cooking with it.
Yeah, I just
Painting
kept
our
cooking
soup.
with it. Yeah,
You're
just
cursing
make
the
just
soup.
sharing the love.
I would have relayed what Squawky picked up.
Okay.
Just so everyone's aware, and just whether we keep an eye on whether he pockets it or not.
He, instead of pocketing it, he will hand it to Catrus to take inventory of it, since that is what Catrus does.
Okay. I will add it to my lovely little list and store it in a safe chest downstairs that it will also lock because I don't want anyone fucking with it.
It's right. Would our valuables chest be below decks or in the captain's quarters?
That's up to you, Jack.
Yeah, that's up to
Okay,
you,
captain's
Captain.
quarters.
Okay. Well, then I will take inventory of it and then hand it to Jack to lock for safekeeping.
Okay.
And then before Squawky heads back to the kitchen, he'll ask if anyone needs some healing.
Yeah, man. I could also probably use some like hot tea or something.
Yeah, and then Squawky will go down and use his chefy thing to make some snacks.
Okay.
But I think that just gives you temporary hit points.
Yeah, you can make 3 snacks that you can give out to people.
Oh, you regain 1d8 hit points.
Oh.
That's when you take a short rest. The
oh,
snacks you make
right.
give 3 temporary hit points. It's equal to, it's equal to your proficiency bonus, I think.
Okay, so that would give that, and then I figure if we take a short rest, Squawky will make food. So everyone can.
Two of the characters are in the middle of a long rest. The night shift crew are in the middle of a long rest.
Well then
So they go back to bed.
Yeah, towards the end of the day, can I use that to like make them food? So when they wake up, they have the food to eat.
Sure.
I guess it wouldn't really do anything, but
yeah, you make
they'd
breakfast
have
for
long rest. But yeah, he'll make breakfast, some fresh scrambled eggs and whatnot.
Okay. And that was that the first half or the second half of the second day?
Great
That
question.
was the first.
I think it was this. Was it? Was it? I thought it was the second.
Squawky rolled a 12. No,
Yeah,
it was
and
the second
then-
roll of the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was the
okay.
second half of the day.
Yeah.
So Yoki and Catrus finish a long rest, and they wake up for their night shift, and everyone goes to bed. That wasn't on the night shift.
That restores my max HP, right?
Yes.
Long rest. Okay.
Was your max HP reduced?
No, I mean it puts me at max HP.
Yeah, and you get all your
Right.
spell slots back.
Okay, I knew the spell
Here.
slots. I wasn't sure about the
Let me
hit point.
give you a conveniently nice button. So now you'll have short rest and long rest above where your sorcery points are. You can just click that.
Oh, bless. Thank you.
So I need someone from the night crew to roll a d20 to see if something happens during the night.
I think it's my turn.
Sparky, you have not, whatever your hit points were, you haven't finished your long rest yet.
Oh shit! Right.
17. I'm pretty sure 17 is nothing happens. Yes, 17 is nothing happens.
Okay. Phew.
For the second evening.
What cannons do we have on
Sparky-
this ship? Sorry.
Sorry?
What cannons do we have? Still 20 pound? Or would these be smaller?
Yeah. You got three 20-pounders, or 6 total. 3 on each side.
Sorry, just because
Heroes.
my damage. I just want to make sure my damage for the ship is up to date.
So you wake up. You do heal to full, but now this is the third day, so you take a point of exhaustion, Zach.
So now I have the exhaustion.
Yep. Jack is awake. With the day crew comes up top. I need somebody to roll a D100 for the weather. See if this rainstorm quits. 67.
Needed 2 more on that.
67 is the storm has cleared and it's clear skies outside.
Yes.
Very nice day.
Finally.
It warms up. The deck's nice and warm. Everyone dries off after being soaked for 2 days.
Still smell like a wet dog.
Blue definitely smells like a wet dog. And then I need someone to roll a d20 from the day crew.
Marcus, I'll give you that first one. I'll take the second.
5.
I am nothing if not consistent.
Is that another water elemental?
That's exactly what I rolled last time. But it's a different part of the day, so I don't know if it's a different table or if the water really hates us.
Well, I gotta reset a page. Jimmy, once again, Captain, I see something. This time off the starboard bow.
I will try and take a look out my spyglass.
Okay, give me a perception check.
If it's the same perception check, I swear.
He didn't roll a perception check last time. The water elemental just showed up.
Oh, it just showed up.
Yeah, he just jumped on deck. Normal perception roll.
18. You're looking through the spyglass and you're like, now that you know what you're looking for, you're like, oh motherfucker, and it
Another water. Oh,
and it splash.
Oh hi. Fancy meeting you here.
It's almost like you're traveling through water elemental infested waters.
Ah, yeah.
Better than
Plotted this
Kraken.
course.
I figured we would find a lot more earth elementals out here. Like, if we were in a desert, water elementals abound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Science.
So
Squawky was not nearly as ready this time.
freaking
Whoa.
ding-a-ling-a-ling goes the alarm bell again while you guys are sleeping, and you're like, what the shit, guys? Okay. Top of the turn order. It's Katris. There are other things that can happen. You just gotta roll different numbers.
Stick
I would
stick to
rather
what we
spend
know.
Days fighting water elementals over having a single Kraken attack. Honestly.
Yep.
All right. Well, I
Katris
guess
wakes
I'm...
up and does the same thing. All right, Jack's turn. You're like, what?
Why?
Another
I gotta
water, more
I gotta
water.
start sleeping. I gotta start sleeping over here.
Closer to the door.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay. For 6 points of piercing damage.
I'm gonna bonus action dash.
Okay.
Run to hide next to Blue when he comes
Okay.
out. And that'll be my
It's now
turn.
Yoki's
Oh.
turn.
Poor Tobias.
Uh,
Tobias is in a bad spot.
do the same thing.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't see him.
Just as I run past
no.
Caterus, I'm like, why can't we ever get a day's rest?
Because Jack is captain.
So it
Rude.
actually hops off the ship.
What a yerk!
It swims underneath and hops back onto the deck because it has 90 feet of swim movement rather than 30 feet of walking movement. It
Like
splashes
looking
back
over my
onto the
shoulder
deck,
and just run into him.
and then
Damn.
it glomps you. So I need you to roll strength saving. It was a strength saving throw, right? Yep, strength saving throw.
Not very good at this. Normal roll.
Oh, you make it though.
Yay!
So you don't take the damage, and you go squirting out over here. And that's going to be it for his turn. So now it's Squawky's turn.
Alright, Squawky's gonna 10 feet there, 15 there. That would put him.
Nope.
Oh, there? Okay.
No, you stopped there on my screen, so there.
Oh, okay. So that's 15 feet.
That's 20 feet because you had to walk through Yoki. Unless you can somehow move through difficult terrain or without any repercussions.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So from here, I'm just gonna pull out my handgun and kaplow. No, I'm gonna hunter's mark him, and then I'm gonna pull out my handgun and kaplow him.
Okay. Yeah. 20 points or 20 to hit for 4 points of damage.
And then the 5 for the hunter's mark.
So 6 total.
There we
Now,
go.
how are you shooting twice?
I've got 2 handguns. I've got 2. Yeah, I've got 2 pistols. They're both the same. I just named them differently.
So you're saying you fire, you're holstering it, and you're pulling it out and firing again?
If I can, sure, but if not, then just the one attack, and then, yeah. And
Well,
that'll
you
be
can.
it.
So
Or
I can say you can drop your first pistol if you want, but then you have to pick it up.
yeah, that'll work from
Okay.
here. I'm way over here.
And
It's fine.
he takes 7 points of damage. Okay. Done.
Yep. That's all I got.
Okay. Blue's like, stupid water elementals, leave us alone. With advantage, with his axe. 17 to hit for 6 points of damage, and then 19 to hit for 4 points of damage. So 10 total. Slash. I just splashing water everywhere. It just got dry.
Yeah, I know, Lude. I know. Now I'm wet again.
Now Catrus' turn.
All right, so 10 to go upstairs, 10 to get past Yoki.
5, 10 to get to where Yoki's at. An extra 5 feet to get past him. 15 to here, or 20 to here.
Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna go meow. And then Ray of Frost this bitch from a safe distance.
Okay. 17 to hit, yeah, for 10 points of cold
Woo.
damage. And you see once again the frost hits him, and It freezes part of his leg.
That's my
Done?
turn.
Okay, Jack's turn.
I'm gonna scoot over here to try and get a little bit more out of the line of fire. And then I'm gonna stab him.
13 does not hit.
What a jerk! All right, well that'll do it.
Okay.
Was underwhelming.
Yoki's turn.
Would it be 10 to here then?
10 to hit
10,
what?
10 to here for me to get there. So is it
No,
just
that's fine.
normal upstairs? 5. Stand there and shoot.
Okay.
Pistol.
24 to hit for 5 points of piercing damage.
And then again with the force cannon.
18 to hit for 9 points of force damage. So you fire the bullet, it's like flies through it, but it takes a little bit of the water with it. You fire the force cannon, and more water splashes everywhere, all over Blood and Jack.
And then, so what was that? So it's 5. Back up to the stairs.
And that pushes him into the water.
Okay, cool. But I'm also going to step away from Scorky, seeing what it did last time, jumping on
Okay.
everybody.
It's the water elemental's turn. See if he gets his. He does not. So he's just going to slam Jack twice from where he's at.
That's rude.
12 to hit?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. 17 to hit?
That is what my AC is now.
So no. How do you have
Yay,
17?
magical armor.
Oh. Got it. Okay, so he's a little off balance off the water, and it's just trying to slam into you, and you're like, whoa, you're on this side of the railing, doing a little dance back and forth. All right, now it's Squawky's turn.
Yeah, Squawky's gonna try and shoot him.
Okay.
Squawky, let me get out of the way.
You should have thought of that beforehand.
He has
Before being-
he's gonna have about half cover because he's off the boat.
Well, wait, let's see.
Actually, at this point, probably 3/4 cover. The 11 does not hit.
Does it hit Jack in the back?
Nope.
Damn.
You kind of have to roll a 1 for that. Unless he's inside him, then you have a chance to hit him.
None of my other spells really do anything, and so I'm going to use my bonus action to Felsian Wrath up here.
Okay.
And that'll be it for me, and then it...
And Cyanrath moves. I don't think he can make it all the way up there.
He's got 40 feet of movement.
Well, yeah, but you put him up on the quarterdeck.
Oh, I didn't mean to put him up there. It was
Gotcha.
just here from below deck.
Okay.
Yep, and that'll do.
All right, it's Blood's turn. Now it's just a straight roll as he tries to swing at this thing that's off the water. That's not Blood's character sheet. That's Blood's character sheet. There we go. 22 to hit for 6 points of damage. And then 14 does not get there, so 6 points of damage from Blood. Okay. Back to Katris. Again, him being like off the ship, he gets like 3/4 cover from your guys' ranged attacks.
Okadokes. I mean, I'll move a little bit closer, but that won't help a whole lot. And Ray of Frost.
Okay. The 17 does not hit.
Okadokes. That is it for me.
Okay. It's Jack's turn.
I'm gonna poke it.
Okay.
No sneak attack, flat roll.
23 to hit
Yay!
for 3 points of piercing damage.
Woohoo! I'm gonna bonus action disengage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
Mostly out of the line of fire.
Done?
Yeah.
Yoki's turn. So, if you move to the edge of the deck, you can negate his cover from you.
It's going to move up to the edge of the deck and carry on shooting.
Okay.
Nope.
11 does not hit, though.
Do the force one. Yeah.
20 does hit. For 5 points of force damage. As your cannon just fires off its force energy, and it looks more effective than the bullets because more water sprays, but like the water still like reforms.
Step away from the side.
Okay. It's the water elemental's turn. Let's see. Well, let's see if he gets his. Nope, doesn't get that back. We'll say Tobias this time just ran up here at the end of one of those turns just to get out of the way. Jimmy's still up on the crow's nest. Well, he's gonna. Yoki's been doing the most damage to him, so he's gonna swim over here and then hop up on the deck and just try to slam Yoki twice. Oh, yeah, for a crit for 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
He's gonna slam you again. 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. But yeah, he took half your health. You just and you're just like, you slam up against the railing of the stairs, and like your shell's just like it like hurts your back still because you hit the railing so hard. Even though your shell protects your back mostly. All right, now it's Squawky's turn.
This guy has
Squawky's gonna say,
beat
"Oi,
my ass.
can't get off my turtle."
Get off my turtle.
He's gonna move here, and then he's gonna touch Yoki.
Okay.
Just nothing. He's just copping a feel.
I got 13 points of healing for Yoki.
All healing must
not-
be done through butt touches.
Okay, don't add that yet. I need
What?
Squawky to roll a d20, please.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
Oh no! What is this? Wild magic?
Nope.
4.
But he thinks he reaches out and touches Yoki, but in reality, he just like touches himself on the arm and heals himself for 13.
Oh no!
Okay,
Nice.
I'd prefer that than like turns me into a Kuatoa. So,
Right? That'd be great. And then I'll use my
I was thinking
bonus
it was gonna
action
hurt you for that much.
yeah.
To tell Cianrath to attack it.
I mean, like if he had like inflict wounds, he could absolutely accidentally inflict wounds, but he doesn't have that, so he just healed himself because he got confused. 14 does not hit.
Okay, and that's it.
It's Blute's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He can get up there. He's got flanking with Yoki, so he's just going to keep hacking away with his giant axe. 25 to hit for 6 slashing. 26 to hit for 4 more. So 10 points of damage from Blude. The problem is, like, I've kind of just having him go after who does the most damage, so the spellcasters do more damage than all the martial classes do right now.
I'm half and
Yeah, I'm
half.
so
All right.
conflicted about buying a magical weapon versus armor.
Yeah. Magical weapons are pretty dope. Back around to the top is Katris.
All right, Ray of Frost again.
Okay. 19 does hit. 10 points of cold damage. Once again, you see it freeze part of his form.
That is my turn.
Okay. It's Jack's turn.
Oh boy.
Everybody's in melee, so your swashbuckler doesn't help.
It does not. So I'm gonna move up and use the assist action. Whatever one gives advantage to like everyone.
The help action.
Or the next one person.
The help action?
Help action.
Who? So you have to kind of be. So you're helping Blood?
I think Blood already has advantage. I guess Squawky.
But you got to be next to him to be able to help them.
Ow. Dumb. Fine, I'll stab him.
Okay.
That type of stab. There we go.
Yeah. For 4 points of piercing damage. Okay. More water splishes out as you stab him.
Helping.
Okay. It's Yoki's turn.
I will just keep doing my thing. Disadvantage, yeah.
Yep. 9 to hit. Nope. So you fire and just 13 to hit. Also no. You just kind of flustered because he slammed you so hard that you missed the very large target that's right in front of you.
That is my turn.
Okay. Let's see if he gets his fun ability back. He does not. Let's see. So Blood's now done the most damage to him, so he's going to, at least because Yoki missed twice. Yep, he's just gonna turn around and slam Blood twice. The 19 does hit Blood for 12 points of bludgeoning. 20 also does for 24 points of bludgeoning. So he just turns around and slam, and Blood's like, oh, ow, that hurt. And now it's Squawky's turn.
So as far as Squawky's aware, he's healed the turtle, right?
Yep, you healed the turtle.
Yeah, he'll take out his S-word and start swinging.
Okay. And just like that,
no.
Stab the turtle.
You absolutely you pull out your sword and you're like, I got this. What hand do you carry the staff in?
It would have been his left hand.
Okay. You yank out the sword and in one sweep you're like, I got this, and then just right on Yoki's shoulder, and he's like, as he takes 6 points of slashing damage, or it's piercing with whatever. You slash his shoulder and he takes 6 points of damage, and he's just like, ah. And that's the end of your turn. So let's back around to Blood. Blood's like, hey, Squawky, stop hitting Yoki.
I hit the water thing. Didn't you see?
He has advantage, so 26 to hit for 5 points of slashing, 16 to hit for 8 points. So math is hard. 13 points of damage. 13 points of damage from Blood to the Woda Elemental. And we're back around to Katris.
Oh, Ray of Frost, the bitch.
Okay.
Oh,
11 does not hit.
All right. I'm done.
All right. It's back to Jack.
Guess who's back? More poking. I love poking water.
14 does not hit.
No!
14 is his AC.
Stupid water.
It's very, very maneuverable water. It's not like it has armor, but it's very dexterous. All right, now it's Yoki's turn.
Okay. I'm going to keep doing my thing if I can.
Okay. 16 does hit for 7 points of piercing.
And the force cannon.
The 14 does not hit, though.
It's my turn.
Okay. It's back to the water elemental's turn. Let's see if he gets his... Oh, he does. Okay. Boy. There are options.
Yeah, there are.
But if he moves either way, he's going to take an attack of opportunity, and he doesn't want to do that. But he's going to slam. Who did the most damage? Definitely Blue. He's going to slam Blue 2 more times.
No. Get out.
The 10 does not hit, though. 26 does for 13 more bludgeoning damage. He like runs into Blue, and Blue's like, "No, get off! Get off! No!" And then he's going to try to use his movement to jump in the water. So Squawky gets an attack of opportunity. Yoki gets one if he has a melee weapon. Jack gets one. Blood gets one. Cyanrath gets one. The 18 does hit. Well, Squawky rolled first. So Squawky, how do you want to do this?
Oh, yeah, just like right as he turns, he's just going to slash right down his back and kind of like the last one, just pop like a bubble.
Okay. And you just like stab it, and then its form, as it's trying to dive off the water, it just turns to water. But the momentum, you see the heart.
I want to dive after it
And begins to go overboard.
So dive after.
Squawky will hop out after it as well.
Or I could just cast Shape Water and hold it.
Diving after it.
So Blue's the only one who didn't use his reaction. The rest of you clicked real fast.
Yeah.
Cyanrath did not use his reaction, so Cyanrath could attempt to try to dive after it. Do you want to dive after it with the doggo? Blood will also try to grab it.
Yeah, what will that be?
All right.
Dexterity check?
Dexterity saving throw from Cyanrath. We'll give the option to Cyanrath.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah. I mean, Cyanrath just leaps out and like grabs it like a dog right before it falls off the ledge and just comes back, and he's like brings it back to you and dumps it into your mouth. He starts like panting. Like he wants you to throw it.
I'm gonna pet the doggo. He's the goodest boy.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast catapult on it and fire it 90 feet. Catch this.
The water elemental heart?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Catch this.
Yeah, no, Squawky will pick it up and then do the same thing he did with the last one, hand it to Katris.
Okay.
I just pull a clipboard out of my ass and write it down on my clipboard. And then hand it to Jack.
This is the story of why Yoki walked the plank.
Oh, because he catapulted elemental gem.
Yoki just slumps.
He just got slashed by his teammate.
Yoki just sort of slumps to the floor. He's looking pretty shitty.
Squawky will try and heal him again.
Okay. Roll a d20. You're like, I got you, Yoki. I got you. Shing. And heal yourself.
Squawky, what are you doing?
Do you need more? I'll try it again.
You doing okay there, Squawky?
Okay, roll a d20. Shing.
I mean, just stop at this point. You're wasting them. What are you doing? Is this some sort of joke?
Right? I'm kind of thinking like he's being a little shit.
The look on Squawky's face is like, what? I healed him.
You can cure wounds yourself, can't you? So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Squawky's done it 3 times.
True.
Well,
I've given myself
Jordan, you can't.
I
can't
can.
Yourself.
Only Squawky can.
Touch yourself for 7 points of healing. All right.
Yeah. That's enough to get me back downstairs.
All right. Everybody go back to sleep. We're playing Assassin or whatever that game's called. Where
I'm gonna. Can I sleep over here? Can I change hammocks? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you're gonna kick Silo out of his bed.
No.
Oh no, you just want to.
Yeah, I'll just take the empty one here.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So, you guys go back to sleep. I need Squawky to roll a d20 for the second half of the day because Jack rolled the first d20. 10. We're on day 3. What do you get
I'm
for a
comfortable
10?
with 10.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you guys are just sailing. It is still a very nice day. And then suddenly, like, Jack, with your high perception, you hear, "Hail the ship!"
I will look in the direction, surprised that I can hear someone who's not my crew.
Yeah. I mean, you look off the side of the ship, and there's a small group of merfolk, and they're waving at you.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 males and 3 females.
Oh, shout out us to Tobias and Blood to hoist the sails.
Okay.
Which should be up, so we stop.
Right. Yep. Stop-ish.
And lean
You
off the rails.
slow to a crawl. They follow you. And they're like, their leader's like, may we come aboard?
Yes, please. Permission granted.
Okay. Yeah, the 5 of them come splashing up on board, and they're like, well met, travelers, well met. We wanted to know if you'd be willing to trade for some of our wares.
Ooh.
Potentially. What did you bring with you?
Well, I mean, you can see they're kind of wearing what they are offering. Shell necklaces, like bracelets, very finely made. Like, these shells are very nice. Like, they're like pristine, not like the kind that you usually find on the beach. Like, these come from down under, and they're very nice. If anybody's trained in history, they can make a history roll.
Yeah, but I'm assuming I'm downstairs sleeping.
Yeah,
You
we're
are sleeping,
sleeping.
yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
like there's
not
Tobias or
proficient.
Jimmy.
They are not.
urchins.
No, the young kids. No.
Does anything shiny, like a pearl or something, amongst the jewelry?
Not necessarily. No, no pearls.
Hmm.
Blude's like,
Okay.
you want me to go wake up the others, Captain?
Sure. I'm sure they would love to have their
He,
sleep interrupted again.
he hops down and like walks over to the door, and he's like, "Hey, wake up!" Because he can't fit down there. Squawky, give him the Kraken.
Squawky will cast thaumaturgy on himself and then make the Kraken sound,
Why?
making
why
himself
they
very
should-
loud.
Yoki and Katris both jerk awake as you hear the roar of a Kraken.
Our gun is out ready.
You just run out.
I've got ice in my hands.
And then you turn and see Squawky, and he's got that shit-eating grin on his face again.
I'm gonna swing a kick at him.
Okay. Roll an unarmed strike, which is just a d20 plus your strength modifier. Because I don't think you're proficient with unarmed strikes, unless you're a monk.
I believe everyone's proficient with them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, everyone's proficient with just throwing a fist.
Okay. Add your
That's-
proficiency
Monks are
bonus
just better at it.
and subtract your strength bonus, because I feel like you probably have a negative like everybody else.
I don't. I have a +2.
Oh.
So that's
So-
Strong boy.
15.
Plus 5 to hit. He hasn't rolled yet.
Oh, that's my 10. Sorry. I saw the 10. Oh, hey, look, a 10.
Oh,
A 10 total. Does a 10 hit you, Squawky?
No.
No.
It
So he
wouldn't
tries
hit
to
his
kick
AC.
you, and you're just like,
Sahani's ass crack, I'm gonna pluck all your feathers off. And then I'm gonna go, I want to try to wrestle him.
Okay. A grappling check will be a contested strength check versus his acrobatics or his athletics.
Okay.
Or it's your athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics. We don't know the name.
Well, there we go.
Oh, you have a
Shit.
+4 in athletics, and like you try to grab him, he's too sneaky. He's like, ah.
So I'm gonna try and barter with the
Poor
merfolk.
Jack. You're gonna try to what?
Barter with one of the merfolk. Say,
Okay.
do you accept an imperial coin? I assume that's what we normally use, like our gold coins are like imperial currency.
Basically, but they're like, oh, their leader's like, oh, we have no use for your coin. We would like to trade.
At this point, I will be up there and I'll say, "Look, here's a list of the items we have in store. Take a look at it. Let us know if there words. Let us know if there's anything you'd like."
He's like,
So
I cannot read. My apologies.
I've obviously copped to look at their necklaces. Did you say anyone with a history check?
Yep, proficient in history.
Mm.
12. Well, you didn't make the DC. So yeah, you're just like, oh, those are nice.
Those are some nice necklaces you've got.
You have a +8 and the DC was 12, and you did not make it.
And poor Catrus is like, that's another person who can't read.
Oh, come on, give him a break.
You can't read
They're
books
like,
under the
we
water.
can read and understand our own language, not common.
Books get soggy down there as well. It's hard to turn the pages.
Well, mostly what we've got is basic supplies, food, ammunition.
Oh,
Sure.
nothing of value.
Yeah, we've
Uh,
got a cook that we're looking to get rid of.
Beyond, beyond our basic currency, not really.
How did they take
Oh,
to the Kraken sound?
I mean, it didn't sound like it was below water.
They were probably a little confused, but they
They
probably
were
also
a little
knew it
confused, but they were
wasn't.
just like that. They're used to hearing krakens underwater, being merfolk.
That makes sense.
Dang it,
I'm
Yoki, why can't you tell me how valuable these necklaces are?
I'm going to ask them. I'm going to ask them what their necklaces do, like if they do anything.
Oh, I mean, they're just shiny. Everyone seems to want our necklaces.
Everyone except for us.
Blude's like, I want to roll an inside check to see if he's lying. Oh, he's absolutely
No.
telling the truth, guys.
These are the most.
These are the most valuable necklaces in the world.
Can Sparky investigate the necklaces? Like, will they let him like touch and look at them?
Sure.
I always forget my character actually has decent wisdom. Can I roll an insight check as well?
Sure. 10. Well, they're made out of
No.
shells. 11. Seems pretty straightforward.
Catrus isn't interested in trading any goods for the necklaces.
Yeah, unfortunately, without I lost my stash of valuables in the last ship.
Well, Jack, we just got a couple things, didn't we?
Yeah, but I don't.
God damn it, Blued! I want to sell those for gold pieces.
I'm gonna pull Blue aside. They're like, I don't think those necklaces are worth what the other pieces are.
Oh, okay.
I gave it up.
Never mind. I didn't say nothing.
Do we have? Would we have a store of rope on the ship?
Yeah, yes, there's rope all over the ship.
Such rope. I mean, Catrus, do you think that these are worth anything? You're usually good with money.
Yeah, I mean, I know the value of equipment and consumable goods, but for things like trinkets, I mean, I could try. I could take a look at it. What would I do? Maybe an insight check as well?
No, you'd have to investigate too.
Can I cast
Investigate, okay.
detect? Can I cast detect magic?
Sure.
Oh, shit.
20.
Ooh.
Dirty 20. The craftsmanship is the best you've ever seen.
Well, I will say, Jack, they're very well constructed. Um, there aren't any valuable gems, but there could be a lot of sentimental value giving it as a gift to somebody who you care for. But for practicality purposes, I personally don't see the value.
You said you wanted to detect magic, Yoki?
Yeah.
Sure.
See
Are
anything?
you just casting it straight out, or are you ritual casting it?
I'm just gonna cast it straight out.
Okay. You are reading magic off of them, but not from the necklaces.
Yeah, the necklaces don't give me a tingle.
Nope. You see the leader; he's wearing a belt of some kind. The one of the females, she has a whip on her hip, and that's giving off an aura.
Does the aura make him want to tell the truth?
Does what?
It's the whip of truth.
Oh no, it's not. It's not the golden lasso of Themyscira or whatever the hell it's called.
I'm gonna ask them something. I'm like, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Of course.
Do you know much about the Kuatoa?
We do.
My friend downstairs, the Kraken, um, he we recently got attacked by some Kuatoa, and he happened to pick up one of the priest's crowns and staffs. Do you know like what their god is or who their god is? Do you have any question powerful clerics that we might be able to speak to?
Um, Not in the standard sense of things. I don't know what their god is. I just know it's terrifying.
Excellent news. Great.
Wonderful.
Have you seen any Kuto recently?
Oh, not for many years. We used to have to deal with their raids all the time on our villages. But ever since I want to say they attacked someplace to the north. They attacked a land mass, and a lot of them were wiped out.
When you say was that in the last few days? Because that was us.
Oh no, this was many years ago. We have not seen any Kuatoa in 20 plus years. But you were attacked by Kuatoa. That's disconcerting. We must tell our villagers to prepare for more raids if they are back in the sea.
Aye.
They are. We killed a lot of them, including one of presumably their leaders.
Oh.
There's no telling how many more are out there.
Well, if the Kuatoa are back, it spells danger for us all.
Well, well, I admire your jewelry and other accoutrements. Unfortunately, we've just set out from port and have very little of value.
Well, then it is what it is. May your sails always be full of air that you breathe, and may your ship speed you to your destination.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Look after yourselves.
Good luck, friends. And they jump back off in the water.
Yoki's gonna
That
go
was pretty.
straight back down, feeling like shit.
Yeah. Back to bed.
Okay. The rest of the day without incident. So we're to the night crew. The night crew gets their long rests. And I need one of the night crew to roll the D20, please.
Come on, let's go. Some fucking
15.
more water elementals.
Okay.
No, that's
Yeah.
5.
What's a 5? Oh.
Water elementals.
No, what the water elementals don't attack at night, believe it or not. Yeah, 15 is nothing happens during the evening. So the next day comes, and you guys dawn hits, and you can see in the distance dark fall.
Land ho! Oh wait, no,
Land
that's
ho.
that's Jimmy's thing.
Yep. Land ho.
I'm so excited to go to Darkfall.
And you sail up, and you guys pass through this shimmering barrier. And then you see upon your sail a large rune lights up as you pass through it that you had not seen before.
Wait,
Can I make an
so
Arcana check to see if I might know what had just happened?
Sure. 14. You know that whatever the rune is, it's protective magic combined with illusionary magic.
question. So would we know, is this something that the shimmering field put on the ship, or was it revealing something that was put on the ship?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. God damn it.
Hard to tell.
Do I notice anything different about the ship other than the fact that this rune lit up? Did it light up and then disappear, or has it stayed there?
No, it lit up and stayed there for about 2 seconds and then faded.
Is there anything obvious top deck side that's changed?
No.
Interesting.
And you continue to sail towards Darkfall. You can see the Night Raven, the massive armed ship that is the Night Queen's personal vessel. You can see people on the deck, and they're pointing out towards you, and they, they're not like being aggressive towards you, but they're, they've noticed you.
They notice that we've got Captain Grimm's or the Reaper's flag up top.
Are you flying the colors?
Assuming we would have, but that's not my call. That's the
I don't
captain's
see
call.
why not.
Well, if there's mercenaries about, we probably don't want to be flying a pirate flag
At all times.
Yeah, I would assume
Yeah.
that as we come in closer, we didn't explicitly state it, but
Yeah,
show the flag when you come in.
would.
Oh, that would make sense to identify our ship as we.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You raise the Jolly Roger of your personal flag of the Captain Grimm. And you see guys up on the deck of the Night Raven. just using spyglasses to look at your ship. But again, they're not being like aggressive towards you. They're not aiming cannons at you. They're not firing.
Is the night crew still crewing the ship?
It would have you would have showed up after dawn break.
Okay.
I
But we wouldn't
assume
have
everyone's like
gone to
you wouldn't have
bed.
gone to bed. Like everyone's on deck.
Oh, okay. So
You sailed past the front of the Night Raven.
Does the Night Queen live on her ship, or is it just there for protection, like you mentioned?
No, she lives in the castle.
Oh, okay.
On Darkfall. But there is a captain of the Night Raven. Like she's the captain, but like it's like an admiral more.
She's the Commodore.
Yeah, she can basically be captain of whatever ship she wants, but
So assume standard practice is just to sail up and dock.
yeah, you guys have been here before.
Yeah. Okay. So I will.
You have sailed up to the dock, and there's a couple like rough-looking customers. They are wearing. Where's there it is. You see a female centaur who is standing there upon the dock waiting for you. She's wearing a purple sash, and you can see a bunch of other pirate types walking around that are also wearing a purple sash. And you know this to mean that they are personal members of the Night Queen's crew and or security detail. That just denotes that they they work here. And you'll notice that like the docks and the like dock district is much bigger than the rest of the city. There's a lot more docks and warehouses here than the actual whole of Darkfall.
Do we recognize any of the people walking around as we've been here before?
No, but you recognize the dock master who's there to greet you.
Ahoy there.
Jack.
You.
Her name is Share Sash Moonrun. And you would know it previously. I was just waiting for one of you to ask what her name was.
What's her first name?
Shersash. Share Sash.
That's like trying to say Worcestershire.
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Share Sash Moonrun.
We're hobbits from Worcestershire.
Where's your captain?
Squawky's gonna point at Jack.
I'm acting captain.
She actually like looks at Squawky, kind of like raises an eyebrow because she just sees you holding the staff and has the crown on, and she's like, is he coming ashore?
All ashore, coming ashore.
Original plan.
Okay.
He is one of my officers.
You better not cause any trouble.
Squawky's harmless. He's all squawk and no bite.
All right.
Squawky will start squawking at that.
So, you never answered my question. Where's Captain Grim?
I blanked the name of this island.
Oh, Darkfall?
Broken
Oh
Heights.
no,
Yeah.
Everfont Isle.
He's at his mansion, never flaunts style.
But you're flying his colors. Why isn't he here with you,
He's retired, sir.
ma'am?
Ma'am, sorry.
Ma'am, sir.
Whichever one you
like-
are.
Don't ask me to pronounce her name. Is all I ask.
Her eyebrows raise again. She's like, "Oh, so are you here to? Are you taking his place? Which one of you is taking his place?"
I am. And
Captain Jack.
Captain. Yeah, I finally made it.
Well, congratulations. Now you got to go tell the Night Queen.
I do. Is she seeing people today?
She should be, but I need to know if you're bringing any goods and how much you're bringing, so that we can take our cut.
That'll be my responsibility. I've got my list here of all the items we're carrying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a personal gift for the Night Queen.
Oh. Okay.
From Captain Krim himself.
Fair enough. You don't need to tell me what that is. I just need to know what you're here to sell so that we can take our cut.
Catrus will get you squared away on that.
Okay. So just note that whatever you guys sell here, 10% is going to go to the Night Queen, and then another 10% is going to go to Grim.
Cool.
So just take off 20% of whatever
Yep.
we sell.
Basically.
Oh boy.
Until you make enough to buy your own ship, but you will always pay, as long as you're one of the pirate captains, you will pay tribute to the Night Queen, because that's just how it do.
Is that only
It pays for ship repairs here, it pays for materials here, it pays for the security guards, it pays
is that
for
only
safety
every
that's
time we
involved.
do it here? We sell stuff here, or if we sell stuff on other islands, we've got to keep a 10% cut for her.
Generally, yes. You could try to be deceptive about it, but for the most part, yeah, you're supposed to give her 10% of all the loot you make.
Anywhere, that's fine. I just want, yeah.
And you guys have been part of the crew long enough to know that Grim did, even if he like went out and plundered some places and went home, he still brought the 10% cut to her.
Keep her sweet.
Yeah,
You
I
just
guess
don't want to
Catrus-
offend the pirate queen.
No. No. Could I ask that we do selling and stuff next time, only because I have to make sure I leave right at 4 today.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
appreciate it.
now that you guys have docked, we can just call it here if that's convenient for everyone, and we will get to Darkfall next time.
Yes. Yeah.
Fine.
So excited.
Great. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Oh,
Shut up.
I guess as a
Marcus.
note, what did I write down? As a note, there. Did I write it down? I did not write it down. There are you saw three of the other captain ships are here.
Ooh, which ones?
You saw the Corpse Maker on your way in. You saw Josiah's Mistress, and you saw Malvor.
Ew.
Oh.
That'll make things interesting.
I have very little notes on Josiah's mistress, other than who it was captained by.
It was captained by the guy who's kind of a playboy who had a fling with the Night Queen, and he's
Oh.
kind of fallen out of favor ever since they broke up.
Okay.
And the other captains kind of like don't want to show him favor because the Night Queen's upset with him. So
does the Night Queen have a name?
The Night
she
Queen.
does, but you don't know it. She
Heck,
is the
Josiah
Night
knows
Queen.
it.
He might. Wink,
He
wink.
might. Well, thanks for the session, everybody. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You missed out on a lot on the sea, but that's okay.
I'm okay
I'm
with
okay.
that.
Yeah, I was going to say that doesn't sound like a bad thing.
You missed out on the history check that would have told you that the
Yeah,
the merfolk jewelry was way more valuable than the water elemental hearts.
Well,
Damn.
yeah,
I
figured
I'd
it
just
was,
woken up.
but-
I'd been woken up every sleep I've been trying to have because the day crew just can't do their job properly.
Yeah.
Like what I spent like all day thinking about and like making up was if you guys managed to roll a natural 20, you were gonna get to do something fun, but you guys didn't roll a natural 20, so didn't happen.
We just
But
had
we
to kill
didn't roll
boring
any
water
ones.
You
elementals.
just had to fight water elementals. You didn't even fight any or see any of the cool stuff that could have happened at night. You all rolled too well.
I'm happy with that. I rolled well with the damage. I only missed like 2 times. Roll 20's being kind to us today.
It's so fun to fuck with Squawky.
It's great. I love it.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds. Why isn't this working?
I'm actually surprised he doesn't, like, when he goes to heal somebody, like, suddenly see a fish person and be like, no, and then burn the spell
Oh.
anyways because he had channeled it.
Oh no!
That's evil.
And then he starts
does-
attacking.
Stop
He just
giving
thinks
him
he-
ideas.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not yet. It's only been a week.
And he's kind of managed to fight off the exhaustion to a degree through spells.
Through spells.
But how many days do we have left before you die?
Still got quite a few. I'm only at what,
been
1
3.
level?
It's been 3 days.
Yeah, so we're fine.
3 full days to get here to Darkfall. See, this time if you guys had rolled 1s, you would have just gotten lost rather than Kraken attack.
Oh.
And it would have taken
I'm
an extra
okay
day.
with getting lost.
Well, it would have taken extra days to get here, which could spell bad things for Squawky.
I was going to say for Squawky,
True,
the fate is
but,
fairly
I mean-
similar.
I mean, that just means Squawky dies and I have to roll up a new character. I've
Squawky
had several
just-
characters die.
Squawky would just be like, all right, so we're following these constellations towards Darkfall. Wait, why are we a day off course? I don't know.
Squawky's in the corner going, fish, 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 fish.
Right. He just keeps like standing up on deck and seeing something in the water, like
It's a good thing he doesn't cast spells, although he might shoot his guns at the water, so that's fun.
I mean,
does cast spells.
I've got some spells. I don't
He's
cast
a
them very
half-caster.
often.
yeah, he used 3 cure wounds on himself.
It's not until later levels do my spells actually start getting kind of scary.
I was giving you a 50-50 chance every time you rolled to heal him or heal yourself, and you rolled below a 10 every time.
Ah.
And then you cut him. That was so perfectly timed. You're like, I'm gonna heal him. Ow!
I'm just glad I didn't accidentally drop Yoki. I would have felt real bad for that.
You almost
It
did.
was
You had
not far off.
HP in a dream.
Yeah, 6. I only had 6 HP.
Oh.
And the water elementals, had both of them hit me and I not healed, would have knocked me. One
Yeah.
did 17 and the other did, what, 22.
Well, he crit you, I think.
Yeah.
With his
Just,
one attack.
they ruined me. Yeah, anyway, good session.
Thanks for coming,
Yeah,
guys.
it was fun.
Session.
Bye.
Catch you all later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.